What time is it? Oh, God, it's that time again. It's Cosmic Council time! And I'm joined by a full house. How are we all?
We are well, sleepy Gareth.
I prefer it that way around. I don't know why. It seems to work. And in fact, I think I'm going to go over there because of the way that I'm facing today. Yeah, I've had camera issues, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies, I'm having to use something else. Hopefully it's not a potato.
It's still a camera, though.
It's still a camera. Yeah, it's still it's got a camera built into it.
You're not using a cucumber, you know. It's
no. I did consider a potato.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got lots of eyes. You see.
I thought you were going to power something from the potato. That's the way I was thinking of the potato, but okay. Yeah.
What's happening in the chat? Oh, bloody hell, is it? They're here already. They don't even give us a chance to start, do they? Benjamin! Hello, sir. Martin! Phil! I'm not going to read all of you. Josh! Hello!
People generally watching this.
Yeah. Joe! Hello, Joe. You normally turn up halfway through the show. Well done for making it on time. Speaking of someone who turns up late, look at this!
Boofed it arrived
exactly. From the get-go. Bloody hell. And that's all the different names. I'm not going to bring up all your hellos to each other because it's hardly constructive.
Phil wants to know if Ed is okay. Well, many people have asked this question.
No, absolutely 100% not. Never.
Okay.
Ever.
Never, ever have I been okay. Never.
In the 25 years that I've known you, he's never been okay.
That's far too long.
It is, isn't it? I think we should do something about that.
Yeah, it's time to move on. See ya.
Goodbye. That's reshufflers again. There we are.
Oh, you brought me back.
I know. Well, we like you.
We got used to the smell.
I'm obviously not doing my job properly then.
We've got a few more lights to install. Bless him. Get on with it. That picture you sent looked amazing.
Oh, yeah.
We could never wait. Yeah. And we've got Dave. Hello, Dave. How are you doing, sir? Right. Okay, so I suppose today we need to talk about San Diego Comic-Con because, well, it's been San Diego Comic-Con, hasn't it? So there's lots and lots of toy news to talk about. Let me see whether I can share it. I always have problems sharing the screen, don't I? Is that one? Share screen?
Hasn't appeared yet.
Yes, allow. Window. That one. Share. Add to screen.
No.
Right there. Oh, God, that's better. Right. So we're starting with NECA. And these are their Ben Cooper figures. I don't know who Ben Cooper is.
That's the thing.
I've met lots of Bens. I mean, I think this is series 7 of these figures. They're all horror characters. They're all... I don't know if Ben Cooper's the guy who originally did those masks that we all had as kids. You know, those cheap, nasty plastic masks?
Oh.
And that's what these are. They're cool. I do like these figures. I've never stocked them because it's always been a case of you got to buy them in the box full. And I think it's like 3s and 4s of each. And
so
there's always going to be some that won't sell.
So they're figures wearing masks.
Now,
yeah,
Ben Cooper is the American guy who created those really nasty-looking Halloween costumes of the 70s. You know, it's basically like a plastic bag with a print on it.
That's what I was thinking. These cheap, nasty masks that we all had as kids. We didn't have these ones. We had like Frankenstein and Dracula and Werewolf and a bright yellow red lips and a green wart on a nose. But yeah, I remember those. I've said this so many times that a childhood memory of mine is when it's there. You had that thin slit for a mouth, and I would always put my tongue in there, and I would try to cut my tongue on the mask. I don't know why. Maybe I was a retard. Yeah. There's a good chance I still am.
It's the only time you've ever had your tongue in a thin slit.
Who else have we got? Because I see a lot more people have joined in. We've got Joe, another Joe. So we've got the second Joe of the evening. We've got the second Dave of the evening. And we've got a Patrick. Hello, Patrick. And Josh loves the Terrifier one. I thought you might do, mate. I did think you might do. Yes. These ones, apparently, for the first time, Series 7, we can actually order in singles. So, if that's the case, I might place an order for you, Ben. Ben? Josh.
Am I going to cross the streams here? But am I to assume that they're using the same moulds on these that they used for the Halloween Season of the Witch figures? Or are they Mezco?
I think Mezco have done them as well, but you're referring to the NECA ones. These, as far as I'm aware, are those fairly out of the old Mego figures?
They look very generic.
Yeah. NECA do their version of Mego figures, which they call Retro Cloth Action or something like that, because they all come in cloth clothes, which is unusual for NECA. And I believe that they're just using the same bodies because they've got the mould, so why wouldn't they? And it's just these cheap, nasty plastic PVC outfits over the top of the mask. Oh, it might be a head sculpt like that. It might not be a mask. But some of them come with these treat bags, which look like custom carrier bags, don't they? And then some of them come with an actual bucket, which is quite cool. So yeah, I think they're pretty sweet. They're not something that I'd collect though.
Yeah, I'm just looking now. I think they're using the same body, bodies for them.
Yeah.
It'll just be the hands, the feet, and the head that's different, I imagine. Yeah, and that's your packaging. Which I think they present quite nicely in the packets. I think the boxes look quite nice. Nothing to do with the show. But today, the co-writer of Small Soldiers confirmed the Gorgonites did make it back to Gorgon. Yes, I'd seen that. Well done, Gorgonites.
Where is Gorgon exactly?
Is it 27 years that we've been waiting for that?
Probably somewhere in China, probably.
Confirmation.
Yeah, because it's all like the toys. So where's Gorgon for them?
So that's those anyway. That's the first thing that I wanted to show. I was going to go through a load of NECA stuff, but it's all stuff that we've seen before, to be fair. So
apparently it's 40th anniversary of Goonies. Apparently there's a 40th anniversary showing of Goonies in the cinema.
I wouldn't be at all surprised. It's an anniversary of everything every year, so it feels like. We've got this Jaws poster thing. I saw a lot of people getting excited about this. I don't know why.
Why? What?
I know, it's just...
Is it a
not even
3D poster?
Well, it's a 3D poster, but this is essentially an action figure.
Yeah.
It's
in a blister.
Yeah.
Right. It's got a chompy mouth kind of thing going off.
There you go. That's...
Yeah.
Who'd have thought putting the name of a film on any old tat would make people want to buy it, eh?
Remarkable.
I saw this and I saw so many people going crazy in the comment section for it about how fantastic it looks. And I just don't get it.
What's inside the mouth, I wonder? So it looks like the mouth is being held together.
I think that's just to stop it opening. I think it probably opens and closes. So
maybe
to hold it closed in the box, there's a wire around it.
Or maybe there's maybe Quint's inside it.
Or maybe it's big enough for the figure.
Well, yeah, it's big enough to fit the figure inside it, but it's not included, as it says there. But yeah. Well, most people... Buford likes it, but then again, he likes crap. Dave says your mouth open so you could put a sandwich in it. There's Halloween already for sale in the range. Seriously.
Wow.
Or maybe you could use it when you're baking pies and you could use the chomp action to crimp the edges.
It can hold your phone for you.
Yeah. No, I've been quite impressed with NECA's output of Jaws products. And this is the first thing I've seen that I've turned my nose up at it. I think this is going to be one of those items that's really cheaply made, and yet it's going to cost us a fortune. If we want to buy it, that is.
Do you think it's a sort of repro of something that was done at the time that was known to be shockingly bad?
I don't know. I mean, if it's to go with these figures, and look how good they are.
Are they
Gotta have some coconut content. Not yet. Not yet.
Are they getting at the? Is it a subtle dig at the fact that the original shark puppet thing was not that brilliant, and that's intentionally being ironic or something? I don't know. I'm reaching now.
Or maybe, maybe everybody's just overthinking it, and it's just a case of it's a 3D representation of the original movie poster.
Yeah, that's effectively what they're marketing it as.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that you can put a figure in it to give it a little bit of a play value.
Yeah.
Next.
Beetlejuice.
Now, I actually skipped one of the Beetlejuice figures because they've done Bob, the guy with the shrunken head.
Oh yeah,
they've done him in a bright yellow suit. It looks like a cool figure, but it's Beetlejuice, and I'm like, no one's interested in the sequel crap. But then I saw this, and yes, it is from the sequel, but that's awesome. I think that's brilliant. It looks like it's jumped straight off a page that Tim Burton drew. It's got his fingerprints all over it, and I know it's him, and I get that, but it's got that Nightmare Before Christmas vibe.
That was in the original, though, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, of course it was. The Matador figure version of Beetlejuice there, he wasn't.
No.
Well, he was, but that outfit wasn't. I haven't seen this film yet. I've got zero interest in it.
I didn't have enough interest to want to sort of endeavour to go and see it, but I wouldn't mind seeing it, if that makes sense.
But, I mean, I've got to say, even without seeing it, that figure does look pretty good.
What, the second Beetlejuice film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nicely detailed. I've got to give it credit where it's due. But, yeah, it's the worm. The worm is awesome. I love that.
It's about 30 years too late.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I weren't expecting these.
Neither was anyone else, I imagine.
No,
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Indeed.
No, that's there. Yeah, I weren't expecting these at all. These are those retro cloth figures. Obviously, Rolling Stones, Pete Townsend, and Mick Jagger there. They're cool. I don't know if they've gone for the right outfit for Mick Jagger. That's not what I think of when I think of him. But they seem to have got the mouth right.
Why didn't they just put two pebbles on a ramp? Just saying. It'd be cheaper to make and cheaper to license. Just me then.
The Iron Maiden ones are quite popular. They do a load of eddies of these, and they're quite good. I like that these come with records. Now, ones in the past have never come with records, but I like these. Yes, I did say that, didn't I? Sorry. I got it wrong, didn't I? I'm surprised neither of the panel corrected me.
I just wanted to leave you and Stu.
I thought you were right.
Yeah, I think you meant Keith Richards.
That's right.
That might say more about
Apologies.
the than us.
Apologies. Don't know what I'm talking about. The shark wasn't really realistic looking in the film. That's why it was in it so little. It was awesome for the time. It wasn't. That's why Spielberg even cut it out of the film. They've done one. They've done Aussie. They've done Aussie quite a few times, actually. But I dare say that we'll get a reissue anytime now.
Oh, yeah. Companies will be cashing in on it. I'm surprised they're probably going to re-release his albums at an inflated price as well.
Yeah, I have no idea why I said Pete Townsend. I am going to go and punish myself at the end of this stream. I really am. And these look cool.
Oh, that's
brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah, these look cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see, I think it was last year or the year before they made the great mistake of releasing these figures from the Rob Zombie version that nobody went to see, that nobody watched, that nobody bought when it came out on media, and had no interest in because it's not the Munsters. And Rob Zombie's destroyed enough in the past. And at the time, I was like, if they've got the license for the Munsters, why aren't they doing the Munsters that people want?
Yes.
Yeah, and then at San Diego this year, they've announced these, and I'm like, oh yes.
No, miss him.
I mean, I do wonder if they're just using the bodies from the Universal ones that they've done, and just put new head sculpts on. But that's
They probably will
awesome.
do. I mean, why wouldn't you?
These are incredible. Look at that. They've really captured the life.
facial expressions are brilliant.
Yeah, they've really captured it. Look at that.
Yeah, I must admit they are quite good at those. They ought to
That's
do
very high praise coming from Ed.
They ought to have done like a pack with them all in, with Lily and Eddie in.
That's not a NECA thing. It's very rare they do multi-pack. They do them, but not often. Usually it's twos. So I won't be surprised if you don't get Lily and Eddie as a 2-pack.
Well, it'd have to be a big pack, wouldn't it? Because I mean, they're not actually small figures. So,
But yeah, no, very cool. I wonder if they'll do the Dragula or anything like that. So as usual, plenty of accessories. I do kind of like the plate full of pancakes. The little toy Frankenstein. Cool. Cool. Monsters do look very good, says Dave. Oh, monsters, says Phil. Martin
yeah,
thinks
just
it's
like
good.
that. Yeah.
Monster.
Buford says they look great. Not for me, but they still look great. Yeah, I won't be buying these for myself, but I can see a lot of people being very, very happy.
I mean, I remember them in black and white.
You've said it. You do know they're going to bring them out in black and white as well. They will be exactly the same, but they will be in grey plastic.
Monsters were the original series of Monsters was shown in black and white.
That's what I remember. That's what I'm saying.
It was the follow-up series Monsters Today that was in colour with John Shuck, who played the Crewman ambassador.
I guarantee you they will make them in black and white. There has to be some Godzilla content, don't there?
Some Godzilla content.
There has to be some Godzilla content. There's not much though. So these are Super 7. They're the reaction figures. They come on blister packaging, and these ones are based on the artwork from a pinball table. Yeah.
Because why not?
Exactly. And I wouldn't mind these out even the first time they've done them based on a pinball table. They did a... What did we just say about the monsters? This is a black and white variant pinball table. The original one was colour. I like these. I don't tend to collect these, but I do like them. I only collect the glow-in-the-dark ones. Marvel Legends. There's been a shitload, and yes, that's me swearing, of Marvel Legends announced at Comic-Con. This is the only one that I've pulled out to show, and I like what they're doing with it. People are already complaining. I like what they're doing with it. It's, obviously, as you can see, it's Mephisto. It's to go with the 6-inch Marvel Legends line, so he's going to be about 7 or 8 inches tall. It comes with his throne, which looks pretty sweet, does that? And I could see that being used in other dioramas as well.
The sword is also cool.
It's one beefy sword, is that, isn't it? Hey?
Mephistopheles.
Yeah, it's a very beefy sword. What they're doing with this, I think it's about £75 is this. Because it is a bigger figure and it comes with a big chunky accessory. I'm not saying I think it's worth that. but that's what they're putting into the value. It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, so they won't be offering it through stores like mine. But as they've come under fire in recent years for putting them on the website and it sells out and you can never get them again, they're doing this on a made-to-order basis.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that. And you've got until the end of August to place your order. So if you can't afford it this week, don't worry. If you can't afford it next week, don't worry. If you can't afford it this month out of your wages, don't worry. Because you can pay it out of next month's wages if you want.
And if you forget to order one, you're stuffed.
Well, yeah, if you forget, that's on you, isn't it? But I think it's great. So it's preventing... There's been a problem in the community that people are going in, buying all the stock, and then flipping them online at double, triple the price.
Mm-hmm.
No, surely not. Surely collectors don't do that.
We've had the discussion many times. This doesn't stop that. It doesn't stop me or anyone else going in there and getting 100 of these with the intention of selling them in a year's time. But it also doesn't stop anyone that wants to buy it during that order window having it sell out. It's not going to sell out because they won't even start making them until they close the order window. And I think that's fantastic. It pleases everyone, but yet there's still people complaining.
There's one person it doesn't please, Gareth.
Go on.
You as a retailer.
Oh, the fact that I can't get it to sell in the shop unless I buy it at full price from Hasbro Pulse. Yeah, no, I think that's really annoying. But at least it prevents the scalp. Well, it doesn't... Oh. Well, I must be haunted. One of my figures just fell over.
Uh-oh.
Mephisto. The rest over. Dominoes. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually tempted to pick a couple of these up just to stick them upstairs for a year, even 6 months, to be fair. But I'm not going to do because that's supporting Hasbro, who's not supporting other retailers at the moment. But yeah, I like the idea of a made-to-order thing. I think it's great. You know, the lack of sellout, no chance of it actually selling out.
I suppose it also means that they can maybe justify charging a bit more for it as well.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's a retail model that Four Horsemen use with their Mythic Legions lines. That's what they do. They put their items up on pre-orders, but they're made to order from the pre-orders.
But that makes sense. That makes much more sense, I think, in the context of a smaller production house for whom knowing what they can actually sell is actually really helpful to help in terms of them planning. Whereas for these guys,
Oh yeah, Hasbro just being Hasbro. You know, they need to just make them and let people, and let people buy them. But the solution is, on the Hasbro Pulse website, it's one per customer.
Well, this is what I was going to say, is there's not going to be an upper limit on how many you can actually buy.
Well, no, usually on Hasbro Pulse, they'll do something daft like 3 or 4 per customer, something like that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop people that have multiple accounts.
Exactly.
No. Joe, I think I'm just weird. Not a fan of Godzilla. Not wrong with that.
It's not compulsory.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
You don't even have to like coconuts.
Yeah. He also says at least some people are taking measures against scalping. Yeah. They could just make them widely available and make enough stock in the first place.
They could do that. But then there must be...
Hello there, Mario.
You must wonder, though, how dedicated... Well, not dedicated, but how sort of focused you must have to be to go and just scoop up all the stock of something from somewhere, in that sort of quantity, and then store it and gradually sell it back. I mean,
I mean, it's a nice figure. It's long overdue. It's long overdue, is Mephisto. People have been calling out for it for a long time. It's quite a major character, and yet we keep getting a million different Iron Man costumes. How many different Captain Americas can they do? We get Wolverine 10 times a year. I don't know how many Spider-Men we've had this year alone. And yet Mephisto, Marvel Legends I don't believe I've ever done him. There was a Marvel Select figure, which got issued a couple of times, which, until this was announced, went for like 130, 140 quid for a £25 figure. That gives you an idea of how sought after he is. So it's long overdue. It should have been out years ago, should this, but at least we're finally getting it. I don't like them tying it down as an exclusive, and I don't like the fact that you can only get it online. But at least they're not hiding it behind a limited number, and then once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. It's just time limited.
Yeah, it's time limited. So, yeah. Hopefully, they would offer it again at a later date. I mean, now they've got the mould. Now that it's there and done.
They'll do a standard release later, sure.
Yeah, I could see, I don't know, in 2 years' time, a brand new day box set offered where you get a Spider-Man and him sat, together. And that'd be put out. Is it brand new day? That's brand new day, isn't it? I think that's brand new day. Or in a 3-pack where you get Blackheart and say something at someone else. But yeah,
Dave just used the word loins in the chat.
Oh well, he would do, wouldn't he? Yes, it comes with a loincloth.
It wasn't in that context.
The issue with made to order, it will be a long wait to get it, and there is no chance of just stumbling across the item in a store and getting that tingle in your loins. Yeah, I covered that. I think, unless you might have said that before I covered it. But yeah, it would be nice to see it in shops. But I say that about everything that's an online exclusive. It's fine for certain things like this, but I wouldn't like it to become the norm. I completely agree. And Martin likes that little tingle, and so does Buford. More from Hasbro. Again, I think this one's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
It glows in the dark.
No, look at those neon greens and pinks and oranges.
It looks more like a Joker mobile than it does Ecto 1.
I could live with that. That Joker sticker slammed over that ghost. I could live with that.
Is it some? Is it like a homage to the? Is it Ecto Cooler, the drink that they did?
Ecto what? Sorry.
Wasn't there a drink in the 80s when the film came out, or when the real ghost Ecto Cooler or something? I think it was called. It was a drink.
Right. I don't know.
But I don't think we got it over here. I think it was just in the States.
No, what this is that they did. Oh, I forgot the name of the series of figures. But it was your original 4 Ghostbusters figures done in glow in the dark plastic. I forget the color, the name of the range now. But they did those back in the 80s, and they are highly sought after. They are your grail items when it comes to Ghostbusters figures. And people have said, well, you keep you've started doing Ghostbusters reissues now. Why aren't you doing the rare ones instead of just giving us the same 4 Ghostbusters over and over again? So they did the 4 rare ones, the 4 glow-in-the-dark ones. But to go with it, they've done a glow-in-the-dark Ecto 1, which has never been done before, which is nice. But they made the figures a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Of course.
And they've made the Ectomobile, the Ecto 1 rather, they've made that a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. So they're still rare. Buford likes it. Phil doesn't. I don't know if Dave likes it or not. He thinks it's wacky.
Is it good wacky or bad wacky, Dave?
Phil still thinks it looks terrible. Doesn't matter how wacky Dave thinks it is. And it's perfect. Shush, Phil. I like it. It's a bit big for my purposes. It looks like a baby's toy. Well, it looks like the original Ecto 1. It's the same mould. And there it is in all its glowing glory.
Okay.
I like the racing stripes. Yeah, it opens up at the back and whatever else. Now then. Me likey these. So these are small micro play sets. Personally, I think the figures are too big, but
Yeah.
frightened of kids choking on toys now, aren't they? I put that down to natural selection. If they're going to choke on a toy, that's one kid out of the way and one more toy for me.
Now you're starting to come round to my way of thinking.
Exactly. I mean, if they haven't learned after the Battlestar Galactica incident, they're never going to learn, are they? So these are a cartridge, a Mega Drive cartridge or a Sega Genesis for the States. I hope we get Mega Drive on ours. I don't think that we will, but I hope we do. And it opens up as a playset like this, and I think they're great. There's 6 announced so far, but I could only find pictures of 3 because they're only advertising 3 on their website, even though there's videos on YouTube of all 6. What's Dave saying? If only these said Mega Drive instead of Genesis. Yeah, we got there. Josh likes the look of these as well. Cool. Yeah, I think these are great. They're fantastic. Apart from the size of the figures, they should be a little bit smaller, so you get more play value out of them.
But, well, yeah, but is it play value or display value? Aha, see what it is.
Oh, these are definitely display value.
Yeah.
Definitely display. So they've done Sonic 2. They're doing Sonic 3.
I'm seeing a pattern developing.
Yeah, Sonic and Tails, Sonic and Knuckles, and the third one that they've got images of is Street Fighter 2, just to break that pattern. With Ken and Ryu. Again, very cool. Very cool. They have bits that clip on the side of the cartridges to add to that 3D thing. So you have to remember to take those off before you close it. There on the Sonic one. And again, there on this one. Again, because of the size of the figures, they don't fit in the case when you close it.
Oh, no way.
Exactly. They don't fit in there. That's another reason why I think the figures should be smaller.
That is a bit daft.
Yeah, so they're very clever, though, because they've also made... There's no images on here, sadly. They've made a Mega Drive or Genesis console, which that opens up with platforms on it for you to display figures.
Nah.
And I believe that when you close that, you can leave the figures in it. So you get a storage case for the figures that don't fit in the toy that they should fit in. Oh, Buford likes that Street Fighter one. Rudy! Hello! We haven't seen you for a long while, have we? Regardless of toy franchise or property, any glow-in-the-dark toys are awesome, in my humble, obsessive opinion. You'll get no argument from me.
No, you won't.
No, you'll get no argument from me. And Buford agrees with you. Martin, I never got this. The vintage Boba Fett rocket gets glued in because a child choking on a missile from another toy, but all Star Wars figures came with tiny, easy-to-swallow weapons.
Martin, you're answering your own question.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the swallowing part. It's the fact that he fired it into the back of his throat.
Well, it's not even that. It's if they're easy to swallow, they can't choke on them because they've
swallowed that as well, yes.
And then they come out the other end, and then it's fine. There is no drama. So, Yeah.
Everything should fit inside, unacceptable. Yeah, that's my feelings on this as well. Rudy says, I hope they delve into other Sega titles with this line. Never had a Mega Drive, but love Golden Axe. And Golden Axe is one of the first 6 that they are doing. Yes, it is. Or is it? That might be actually a couple of the figures that come with the Mega Drive, or rather the Genesis console one.
Okay.
Comes with other figures that aren't in these cases that you can put on the shelves in there. There might be 2 of those. Hopefully, I agree, though. They've obviously got the license, though, because they're doing the figures for the case. So I would hope they do a Golden Axe. I really would.
Cool.
Easy to get stuck there. To be honest, they were mostly just figures with sticks. So yeah, that's that one. I quite like that. I think that's pretty sweet. I think all 3 of those what I've shown you The fact that they build down into that, and I believe, I'm not sure, but I think you can put the cartridge in the console top as though it was a game into the console.
Of course.
Ed, take it away.
What's that, sorry? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
I think you'd like to do this one.
Me? Yeah, just hang on a minute. Let me just get my screen back up. I were just doing some...
Never work with children, animals, or heads.
Yeah, I work far better on my own. Right, yeah, Battlestar Galactica figures, 3 3/4 inch, look really nice. Cylons are nice, not too sure about the human characters. Colonial Viper's really nice. If you like Battlestar Galactica, they might be worth picking up. There you go, next. What more do you want me to say?
I know that you prefer the Cylons. I get that. I'm a little bit surprised that you're saying that the human characters might not look so good. I thought they looked quite good, to be fair.
No, they're a decent likeness, but like I say, it's I'm just here for the Cylons. So it's yeah.
Do the figures fit in the Viper?
Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's scaled. The Viper does look really nice. And the thing is, it's the kind of thing where I think I made a comment on the group chat where it's like, I like it and it'd be nice to have it, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
So I think ultimately... Yeah, the Cylons could do with being chromed, that metalized.
Yeah.
Maybe prototype ones.
Yeah, maybe. So I don't know. I think personally, I would have been more tempted had they been 6 inch.
That would then have been a hell of a Viper.
Yeah, but you don't need the Viper. You know, if you want a Viper,
we need the Viper.
If you want a Viper, get a model of the Viper.
We've never had a decent Viper.
Now this is more like it, says Phil.
Well,
the Eagle Moss Vipers are good, but they're not big.
No.
Big.
Oh yeah.
But what?
Galactica.
Why do you need a big Viper? Where are you going to put it?
Well, that's just it. If the figures are this size, the Viper's not too big.
No, the Viper is going to be big. That Viper's going to be what, 3, 6? About 4, 8, 12. That's going to be at least, I would say, at the least 18 inch.
You say this like it's a bad thing, Ed.
That's
it's a great big Viper, and you can put other figures in it as well. Just for
you can put a figure in it.
Yeah, you can put one figure in it.
Yes, but
again, like I say,
you could go in it.
But it's not a mainline toy line, is it? So it's going to have a niche collector value to it, or the sales value to it. People who's going to pick it up. I mean, what the fuck do I know? If you want to buy it, it's your money. I don't give a shit,
But also, spaceship. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's I think I would have preferred the figures at 6 inch.
Can I just also say that the Viper has the best afterburners ever?
Yeah, that was the thing. Even as a kid watching Battlestar Galactica and Buck Rogers, it's like, why are they leaving the engines on? They don't need to leave the engine. Do they not understand how momentum works in space? Yeah, you give a little bit of a push, and it just keeps going at that same constant speed. You don't need the jets on all the time.
And I don't think they've been officially announced as to who's stocking them yet, Phil. So I can't answer that question. I would like to be getting them in.
But I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they'll do well. But yeah, I've forgotten the name of the company that's doing them.
I have to. I apologise.
But like I say, yeah, they all. In all seriousness, yes, they do look nice. They're going to be highly collectible, I would assume. For those people who want them. But for a casual like myself, I'd be interested in maybe a couple of Cylons, and that's it. You know, because the bad guys look cooler than the good guys. The other thing as well that really, if there was a suggestion box that you could put notes in, I would ask them to make the Cylons bigger than the human characters, because they're not. They're not bigger than the human characters. Even taking into account perspective that the Cylons are set a bit further back from them, they're not. The Cylons need to be considerably taller than the human characters.
Do they?
Were they?
Yeah. They were. Yeah, the Cylons were taller.
They are indeed articulated. I can see knee joint.
Yeah, they've got GI Joe articulation.
Have they?
Yeah, apart from maybe they don't have the O-ring thing around the waist, but they've got the leg and arm articulation.
You've got some you've got some flavour of these upstairs, haven't you, Gareth?
No, I think you're thinking of those Joyride ones that I've got. They're nothing like this.
They're nothing like that. Okay, fair enough.
They're,
I thought size.
I think those are about 6 or 7 inches tall.
Are they? Are they that big? Are those ones? Are they? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, like I said, there has been.
Martin agrees. The Cylons were always taller.
Yeah, they were taller.
They must have had boots then, I guess. And there was the head has a thing as well, so it makes it
look good.
No, they just had tall actors in the suits.
I love that.
Actors in suits. You're crazy, Ed.
And they're doing 12-inch ones, 1/6 scale ones, because, well, of course they are.
It's curious that they've got.
Yeah, they're interested that they've got a Dharma from the modern series and
that makes no sense.
Starbuck and Apollo from the original. You didn't notice that?
Yeah, I noticed it in the picture. I didn't comment on it at the time, but yes.
I mean, it's one of those interesting things. The uniforms from the original Battlestar Galactica are far better than the reimagined Galactica. Yeah, there's just there's a bit more swagger to them. You know, there's a bit more sort of like, space cowboys kind of thing. Where the reimagined Battlestar Galactica, they're a bit more militaristic in look.
I was just going to say, I think I agree with you when you say that they've got a bit more swagger. That I think they look cooler. But I think for a military unit, I think the new ones look far better as a uniform. They look like they're part of the military, whereas the vintage ones look like they're about to go out to town.
These ones look like they're wearing the woolen pajamas a certain extent. Not the best face.
Martin would only get the small ones and the Viper. Make a much better display. Paul, hello there. How are you, sir? Does anyone here buy 1/6 scale? Seems a bit over the top. Moving on. I've got a few, Dave. I've got a few. They're all boxed up because I've got nowhere to put them because they're a little bit over the top. These are way better because nostalgia. Right, Ed, I'm going to let you take this one as well. I waited till he filled his face.
It's the Pac-Man anniversary Atari 2600 plus. If you pick to the one up, it's over there. I'm not going to go get it because I can't be bothered. But it's the one that they did a few years back from Retro Games or something, whatever they call it. So they're redoing it in yellow and black for the Pac-Man anniversary. It's in conjunction with Namco. It's really nice. That one.
Oh,
I've had mine out and played with mine.
Yeah, mine's still.
No, something Gareth hasn't opened. Surely not.
Yeah. You see, that's when you know you've got a problem, when you just keep buying stuff and it's all still sealed up and you've not done aught with it. That's a problem.
There's an official name for that, apparently.
There is, yeah. So it's got this really cool thing where the front part lights up, so all the little ghosts and the Pac-Man at the front light up. It's got LEDs in there. The architecture in it is the electrical gubbins inside it from the recently released 7800 Plus. So it'll do all your backward compatibility for 2600 games, 5200 and your 7800s and stuff like that. You can also play, if you flash it and mod it, you can play arcade games on it as well. You know, if you download the ROM files from arcade games, you can play them on it. And it's really nice, and it's really it's overpriced as well for what it is, really.
Surely not, Ed.
And they're doing a selection of joysticks in the colours of the ghosts. There you go.
You didn't think I wouldn't be prepared for that, did you?
No, I knew you would be. Because I know how anal you are. So yeah, it's nice. If I see it on sale or at a reduced price somewhere, I'll pick it up. But I think the initial asking price is a bit steep.
Can we actually get it over here?
It will come out over here. Yeah, it will. The 2600 Plus that you've still got in the bag, that initially went up in the States and then it came over here. So
right, okay. Is this
Atari
not marketed as a limited edition, though?
Pardon?
Is this not marketed as a limited edition?
Yeah, but what limited editions don't end up coming out anyway? So
Limited.
There'll be ways and means to get your hands on it if you want it.
Okay, I didn't think it was particularly overpriced, to be honest with you. I thought it was only a little bit more expensive than this one, but obviously
it's twice the price of the one that you've got there in the bag.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much you pay for yours, but I didn't pay nowhere near that for what this is going.
RRP for this £100, wasn't it?
He doesn't actually know that he's got an Atari in there yet. He's only got a box. So
Yeah. I'm sure RRP for this one was £100.
It's Pavlov's Atari.
Whereas this is $160, isn't it? Which would probably, in theory, with conversion, it should work out about 125, 130. Which I think, it's a bit more than that one. Plus,
yeah, but then when
years later, and there's been inflation.
Yeah, but then when you take into account when you're adding, if you're going to buy all the different colour joysticks with it as well.
Oh yeah, but that one only came with one, didn't it? Yeah, that only came with one. Also, those ones are wireless.
They are.
Yeah.
They're wireless controllers, so you would expect more for that.
Yeah, just to answer Phil's question, it does have the original version of Pac-Man on it, and it also the version that you can play is the arcade version as well.
It's got both, yeah. Rudy's wondering if they're taking inspiration from the Cell by having figures from different series, like they do with their Star Trek. Yeah, I think that's probably what they're going to do. He's on about the Battlestar figures. I think the first wave's probably going to be those original series, but then I think after that they're going to mix it up a bit. Good. Weird as Pac-Man was terrible on 2600. Yeah. I have to keep my boxes unopened until there is appropriate time I can open them and the missus doesn't moan at me for buying more stuff. Does it play original cats? Yes, it does. Yes, it does play original
Yeah, it does play original cat. Yes, it's backward compatible.
Mm-hmm.
Clever.
Quite like these. And Andy, I'm going to let you take this one, sir.
Mask, Mobile Armoured Strike Command 40th anniversary, and they made them all black and gold because black and gold is cool, apparently. And they've got shooty bits and going fast bits. And
yeah, they're not cashing in at all, are they?
That was my first thought.
Not at all.
Yeah, it was my first thought.
For no good reason whatsoever.
You know what they're doing? They'll have been sat in a board meeting or around the desk or around the tray full of Pop-Tarts, and they'll be thinking, how can we make the idiot collectors part with more of the money? I know, let's do them in black plastic. It's sort of like it's cheap and lazy, as in it's cheap for them because they'll make loads of money out of it, and it's lazy because it's just like, oh, it's black again. Yeah. Why didn't they do it in some kind of like neon pink colour or something like that? Or
I've got to be honest, bearing in mind that when they announced that they were doing the normal ones, it's like, and they've been released in the 40th anniversary year. That was one of the marketing things, that it was the 40th anniversary of Mass Toys. And then literally, before after they've taken orders, but before they've dropped them, and before they've announced a Series 2, we're also going to give you them in black and gold.
The thing is, it's conversely to what Dave's put there, I happen to think black and gold together looks really cheap and tacky. I think that would have looked far better, especially the Rhino. The Rhino would have looked better if it had been black and chrome. If they'd have kept the chrome with the black, it'd looked a bit more. It'd look more classy.
I've got to be honest, I disagree there. I don't think that black and gold together look cheap and tacky. I think this black and gold looks cheap and tacky. I think if they'd have gone with black and chrome gold, they would have looked
even
quite
tackier.
Nice.
More tackier than more tackier than a weekend in Blackpool.
Oh no! I think if they'd have gone with black with gold chrome, it'll look quite nice. This,
but the problem is, though, to my mind, there's now absolutely no differentiation between them whatsoever.
Then they will make glow in the dark ones.
There was a green bike. It was a blue jet. You knew where you were. Now they're just generic.
Well, this is the mask.
I think they've lost their identifying features, if that's what you meant.
This is the utilitarian version of mask, where they're like evil world domination rather than protection.
Yeah, but one of them isn't even mask. One of them's Venom.
Yeah, There you go.
Perhaps he's the good guy in this alternate universe.
What, Miles polite and well behaved instead of Miles?
Yeah. Dave, Blackpool is not cool. Stop it.
There we go. Are the Silence not black and gold, Ed?
That's the Commander one.
So is he cheap and tacky?
Yep. Yep.
There's an exception to every rule, as they say. The unfortunate thing is Thunderhawk now looks like an inverted Bumblebee from the first Bayverse movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he supposed to have this gun sticking out at the front?
No, he's not.
I don't recall that.
What
the
is
one
that?
that I've got at the shop. No. And that's all that I actually deigned to get images of. I think. Oh, I don't like that. That's better.
Have we done with the news?
We've done with the news, unless people want more, in which case I can head over to toynews.com.
And there was much rejoicing.
I mean, we're an hour in. Do we still want to talk
we're an hour
about
into
more
it.
Toy News?
Yeah, we need to sort of like really streamline the news.
You missed the Battlestar Galactica section. Well, you know what? Just for you. I can't
just for you. Just for you. You can go find it on Google.
We can rewind. We have the technology. Maybe.
There we go.
That's it.
Dave,
that's the section right there. That's the section. That's it.
That's it. We've got lovely images of what look to be quite nice figures, to be fair, as much as Ed doesn't like them. And
I never said I didn't like them.
Apart from the
gorgeous Viper. And there are some 12-inch ones, which I think it's going to be very few people that go for these. But these, I think, are going to be quite sort. I've got a funny feeling these are going to be the kind of thing that they probably won't be huge sellers, but they're going to be sought after for years once you can't get hold of them. What's a good question? Release date? I don't know. There's no release date on them. No. They've literally just announced that they're making them to the world.
I mean, whether they actually get made and released is another thing.
I believe that is a kazoo sticking out of the thunder. That's a really good point, is that? No Godzilla cross TMNT. No, because they look like dog shit. Quite honestly. They look awful. You're a TMNT fan. That's fine, because they look like TMNT toys. They don't look like Godzilla. They don't even look like they've been inspired by Godzilla. They are awful. Does Ed like anything really? Yes, the Spectrum.
No, I don't even like that. I don't like anything.
What are your views on
Ed
Hook
likes.
figures? They look good. Could this be an upcoming rabbit? What, Hook? Have I missed this? Are they doing some new Hook figures?
Hook, really?
I don't like modern stuff, he says. Even Dave, who likes everything, says the Godzilla PMNT look like garbage.
That is damning. That is damning.
That it really is. Right, that's gone now. Oh, stop that. Get me off the bit. There we are. You there, me there. There we are.
I'm getting dizzy.
I don't know why I'm so anal about having... yeah, you know. Oh, yes. Was that actually at SDCC? I saw that earlier today and I did mean to add it to the thing. Yeah, that looks really, really good, does that.
Sorry, what's that thing? Sorry, is that totes? As Rudy put totes? How old are you, Rudy? Are you a 13-year-old girl?
Black and gold Spectrum. Well, he got the black and yellow ones, didn't he? Older Hook figures.
Reissue of Hook figures.
No, I think he means vintage ones.
Hook, give us
If it's something you're interested in, then yes, it's a rabbit hole for you to go down. I don't think it's going to be one of those that becomes big, because it was never big then. It were a flash in the pan thing was Hook, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of fondness for it, I think, but I don't know if that equates to toy purchases per se.
90s. Rudy says he knows the lingo now.
How does he know the... Hang on a minute. How does he know the lingo? Hello, child support services?
And I'm on Dave's side here. 13-year-old girls don't say totes, Ed. No. I've got two 14-year-olds and they don't say totes. Never have I heard that.
I don't think 13-year-olds actually speak.
Well, if your girls don't say that, Gareth, then that must be true. No,
exactly.
No one must say
Dave says it as well. So that's three 13-year-old girls against one 50-plus-year-old man that says that they say it. Come on.
Tell you. Right then. Right, that's me putting my place.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in the early 2000s.
It's still not something that an adult male should be saying.
It didn't say it to you, only typed it. It's okay.
Totes is definitely a middle-aged word now. Apart from Rudy, does anyone actually use totes?
Maybe for you and Narnia, Dave, but not for us here in the real world.
I think Ed's been on something today, don't you?
What, today?
No, I am just enjoying the benefit of being allowed to say what the hell I want.
Paul, I remember the nervousness I had as a kid upgrading my rubber-keyed Spectrum from a 16K to a 48K, taking it apart. Go on, Ed.
What?
You're welcome to jump in there.
No.
It's
I will address that later.
I love it, Rudy. It's playing with you now. I use totes to refer to a type of storage box. Okay, I thought it was a type of bag, but fine.
Yeah, it's tote bag, isn't it?
Yeah,
totes, toasters are socks.
Yes, it's a company that makes them toasty socks. Toasty
socks, yeah. Right, okay, Andy, I believe that you had something that you wanted us to discuss tonight, so...
I just wondered, how do we arrange our collections?
How are they organised?
Yes, how are they organised? Because, Gareth has a great big sort of splendifery of different glow-in-the-dark items behind him there. I have a Batman shelf. I have a Zoids shelf. I have a shelf that has multiple shelves that don't have a particular theme because I haven't figured out what to do with them yet. But how does everyone else sort? Do you do villains and heroes? Do you have heroes and then villains? Do they have to be from the same universe? Are they just messing around with each other generally? What do people do with their collections for display purposes?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, get into the comments section there, into the chat, and let us know how you display your collections. How do you put them in shelves, cabinets? What storage solutions do you have? Let us know.
I mean,
while we discuss it here. My collection is mostly in boxes. I know the feeling, Buford. I know the feeling. Martin, mine's arranged in storage boxes at the moment.
God. Excellent. Excellent.
It's like, well, most is mine stacked up in the eaves.
Well, that saves me talking about it.
When Blackpool was mentioned, I had a nasty flashback. If I was more sensitive or younger, could have even claimed to have been triggered. How are you, sir?
It's awful. It's the only place I've ever been where I've had to wipe my feet on the way out.
Well, you've never made it into my new shop, have you?
This is true. This is true.
How do I display mine? Well, when Andy suggested this,
yes,
in the chat, I said, "Well, don't we just kind of throw it into the cabinet and shut the door and hope that it doesn't all fall out again when we open it?"
You didn't say that,
and you could probably see that in some of these shelves. No, in all fairness, I've done it. I will give myself credit and say that I've done a grand job making sure that everything is stood up.
Stood up.
As best as I possibly can, anyway.
Because I mean, the thing that's always defeated me, and that I should just probably just get them out, is my carded things, and none of my carded things are actually of any great monetary value whatsoever. I imagine, with a few exceptions, but most of them I could just get out.
Yeah.
But they were quite early on when I just got them and I left them on their cards, and it's like you can't display them worth a damn inside cabinets.
Now, Ben's is out on a drawer, I think, on the top of a chest of drawers, but mostly in boxes. He didn't mean to put the R in there.
Or did he?
Because I don't think he stored them in boxes.
Ed, you want to come in?
May I?
Yeah.
Just to address Gareth's question from earlier about the Atari 2600 plus Pac-Man edition, yeah, it's that limited. You can pre-order it on Smith's Toys.
Oh, is it on Smith's Toys?
Yes.
What's it working out at?
$129.99.
Oh, actual exchange rateness.
I called it. That was
very accurate. Yeah.
I don't think that's overpriced, to be fair. I dare say.
No, not that I've seen that.
Pardon?
Not that I've seen that. I was going by the original when it was originally. What's the word I'm looking for? Advertised or previewed, or it was.
Yeah, well, that was $159, but that's dollars, isn't it?
So there you go.
It should be less than that in pounds, really.
Mm.
So if you want it, go to Smith's Toys and pre-order it. It's out 31st of October.
Awesome.
So Paul says
his is closed in a unit in the front room. It gives himself time to open it up and go to his happy place for 15 minutes or so. Bless you. That's nice.
there are times in the day when the sun briefly catches my cabinets in the front room, and I go,
Martin's spare vintage Star Wars figures are all stood up in a cabinet and they're ready to fall over.
I've got some precariously balanced on a rail about 6 foot up off the floor in the open. Shelf for each brand of figures and cabinet Lego to prevent
See,
yeah, Lego does get dusty, it's true.
Yeah. Josh, bless him, he's still new relatively to the collecting world, and he can still fit his figures on a shelf for each brand.
That's true.
It won't last. It won't last.
Blinking freebie off everybody.
Very wise though about keeping the Lego in a cabinet, because Lego is a bitch to dust. Really is a bitch to dust. Joe's is random, but it makes sense in his head.
I don't think yours is that
I could say that.
We've seen some of your backdrop. You've got your Pacific Rim characters all together in sensible orders. There's a lot of order to yours, Joe.
Yeah, and you've got your Mad Balls all together and things like that. So, yeah, no. And then you've got big monsters together. They may not be the same franchise, but they're all big monsters.
I want to hear if anyone's got actual display solutions for carded figures, because I'm thinking pegboards.
Pegboards, hang them on the wall. Have them at the back with your loose things in front.
I've tried that, but then they just get obscured, don't they? So it's like,
hang them on things.
Yeah. In fact, I tell a lie. No, I'm a big.
Hello, everyone. I've been listening and glancing up once in a while whilst playing a calming colouring game on my phone. I'm good, but not feeling as zen as the game advertised.
Okay.
I don't know why, Richard, but I've got this image of some really psychotic serial killer type person that's having to play this calming colouring game on his phone, stopping
painting in the background.
I love it.
I was going to say, there is an exception to that. I've just realised that on my Babylon 5 shelf, because it primarily contains micro machines, because they're the only damn things that actually got released apart from figures, I do have 2 figures hanging off the back of that pocket in that Titol shelf with the micro machines below and in front of them. So actually, I do that on one shelf because they're not obscured by much of anything else.
See, what I've done in some of the ones behind me. See if I can find any of these spare things. The rubbish of these particular ones, so I'm not recommending them. And come Christmas, I'm going to be looking for some larger ones. But I've got some of these suction hooks.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Now, these little tiny ones are crap. That one's stayed up for 2 weeks so far. I put these up 2 weeks ago before the last Cosmic Council. The next one's dropped off. One round here has dropped off. So they're not great, but the bigger ones they do have a bigger surface of suction, so they don't slip as bad.
The ones that I've used for my B5 figures are the what are they called? The ones you're supposed to be able to sort of take off without damaging paint behind them. They're those ones. You know how they're advertised. And they have held on absolutely fine for years now, actually, in fairness to them, so can't complain.
Buford's got his vintage Star Wars in a cabinet in his living room on the wall, and it still gives him more joy than anything else. That's nice. That's really nice, is that? Yeah. Dave has shelves for 84 Autobots and Decepticons, and then other Autobots, and then other Decepticons, and then older Transformers, Masterverse, Donatello, Diecast, other random stuff are all thrown together. Yes. Ben's reaffirming there it's boxes. Not boxers, boxes. He's not putting things in his boxes. Nice. Buford, I made sure that my vintage Star Wars display was done first, and I love looking at it in the room that he only goes into to look at his vintage Star Wars.
No, Martin has plenty of rooms. He's fine.
Joe has boxes stored inside larger boxes.
I have boxes stored inside IKEA shelves with doors that contain nothing but fresh air.
Mario, really?
Oh.
And I have your address. I'll be getting on a plane tomorrow morning. I have an ultimate villain shelf.
Isn't he in America? So when he said shed, he means warehouse.
No, he's not in America. No, he's not in America. I have an ultimate villain shelf consisting of main bad guys from the 80s cartoons and comics, with varying in scales and toy companies. It's quite an organic thing that always work in progress. Great.
That's interesting. Yeah, I like that.
I always had the intention of a rogues gallery kind of shelf, so I know what you mean there. And it would have been sort of like villains from everything. So yeah, I know what you're getting at there. Collecting can be complicated.
Yes.
I guess I mean it's random with vintage and modern mixed. Fair enough. Yeah. Although, whenever you say something, I turn around and look at my shelves. I think we're very similar-minded, you know. This shelf here, I've got a load of vintage. Saga of Crustar, is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I've got Crustar, the new Marvel legend, stood in amongst them. Modern Keshi from the Alien franchise. Muscle figures. I've got a Missing Link Convoy, Optimus Prime there, right next to a deformed Megatron from about 20 years ago, as well as Funko Pop Killer Clowns. That's all. And a knockoff Lego Johnny Five from Short Circuit. You can't get much more mixed than that.
That is quite mixed.
And I've just realised right beside it there's a carded Metaluna Mutant there from Universal Monsters. Richard lives in a chaotic mess, something of a hoarder's pastiche, where even my one cabinet is a jumbled mess. I think I'm retreating back to my phone, flip corner, the colour. Oh, this blooming mansion. Gareth, it's slowly taking shape. I can't wait to see it done. I really can't wait to see it. I think I'm more excited about how you're going to display your collection than you are. Yes, fill the mansions with an extension. And we're all raiding Marios. Bless him. So I've always had, I say always, for 7 or 8 years now, I've had this idea of how I want to display my 1/6 scale figures. And this is why they're stored in boxes and I haven't got rid of them. I want these cabinets, so these IKEA cabinets, not particularly rare, not particularly expensive, but the idea is each shelf would be dedicated to a character. And at the back of the shelf, there would be a comic or a piece of artwork kind of thing that would fill up most of the space at the back. Maybe a book that's got a nice cover or something like that.
I'm doing that for my Zoids, actually, yeah.
The 1/6 scale figure then, the hot toy or whatever it is, stood in front of that, off to one side slightly. And then beside that, if it's a Jedi or a Sith type character, there would be the lightsaber stood beside the figure. And then there might be a small action figure or quirky little item, maybe even an out-of-box Funko Pop, depending on whether or not it looked cool, just in there as well. So it would be a whole character bit focus shelf. So there'd be a Boba Fett one, there'd be a Darth Maul one, there'd be a Darth Vader one, there'd be a Luke Skywalker, Han, Leia, so forth. But the only thing that puts me off that is the amount of stuff I've got and how little you can put on one shelf to do this.
This is what I struggle with. I mean, my Detolfs have eaten a good proportion of my Eagle Moss stuff now that I've transferred some of my smaller Eagle Moss into a Detolf in earnest. They've done quite well with that because you can't get Detolfs anymore. So that's irritating. Because knowing me, I'd want them to at least be mirroring each other or whatever, So that's quite annoying, but yeah. Have people had things done bespoke to...
Mario's just got them stored here, there, and everywhere. I've got a unit in work full of toys I found when the lads find when they find them, they give them to me. He's got his house, he's got his shed, he's got a unit at work.
He puts his shades on and he sort of opens the door of the unit. Sort of,
Ed's getting on with his work.
Yeah. Ed's in intense mode.
He's in edit mode.
I'm just watching while I edit. It seems to be the rage these days.
Oh.
If I didn't edit while one of you guys are doing a video, I'd never get any videos done. Because one of you guys are always putting up a video or a stream.
Cut down the amount you do then.
Says?
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near what you guys do.
Mm-hmm. His big ones are only fortnightly.
They are, yeah.
They are only fortnightly.
I don't do any hour-long videos, to be fair. Well, not often anyway. Sometimes a Toy Fair video.
Can I highlight things in chat on the screen? No. Oh, can I do that? No, that's for me, isn't it? I was going to highlight Phil's post that says "Need ideas on best
cabinets to get."
Yeah,
I did have it up on the screen a few minutes ago.
Mm.
I don't know, Phil,
because
I'm really happy with those ones that I've recently got from Temu.
Yeah, I remember. I think when I heard that the Tolls would discontinue, I did go to IKEA to see what other sort of options there were, but I don't remember being sort of particularly smitten with any of them. Yeah.
Just thinking about 5 or 10 years' time, IKEA are going to do the retro Detolf. And they'll bring them back.
Yeah.
They'll be backwards compatible, though.
Of course.
Ed does know videos for years and now loads.
It was recharging his batteries.
True.
That's what it was.
Rudy says, I'm trying to do a similar thing as Gareth with Spider-Man and his amazing friends with a comic, Marvel Legends figure, a Diamond Select figure, but it's quite tricky to bring the picture in my head to life. I know what you mean. Well, I've just described it, haven't I? Those cabinets you have, Gareth, are fantastic. Yeah,
they are proper cabinets, those.
I was really surprised how good they were. You know, I've told you, I was expecting them to be shockingly bad with them being Temu, but they're not. They're really, really good. And I would recommend them. They're so easy to put together. So easy. Every part is labelled, and they're labelled correctly.
Oh, that's good.
And the instructions clearly show you which labelled part it is you need next and everything. They went together like a dream. There's just someone who could throw one of these up in 10 minutes. Quite literally, I could throw one of those up in 10 minutes. A Detolf, but without instructions now as well. But yeah, these other ones are great. Agreed, Ben. I like them cabinets. They were great for my other one. The fact that they've got the lights built in as well.
Oh, they're built in, are they?
Yeah, they're built in. Are they expensive? Well, they're 130 quid. But we've seen the size of them. They're bigger than 2 Detolfs together, which a Detolf when they stopped making them was 65.
So they're double-sided, effectively, then.
Yes, and so they're definitely wider than 2 of those.
But it makes you wonder why IKEA would stop doing probably one of their most popular range of cabinets.
I think glass.
Yeah, I think
glass prices.
Well, no, I think because of the risk of people walking into them or small children putting them onto themselves and then glass being an issue. I mean, I doubt they would have shattered, actually, because I don't think they would have made...
So health and safety goes mad again.
Well, maybe.
They do. It's tempered glass, so you hit it wrong and it just... But it also goes into those little chunks that don't cut you. You know, like car windows.
Yeah.
That's the one.
But at 130 quid, they've also got the lights built in. The only thing I don't like about that is where the switch for the lights are. They're on the side, so you can't butt them up against each other, because then you can't get your hand to the light switch. It's LED lights as well, so they're not going to take much power. There's 3 settings to the light, so you can have a blue light, you can have a day light, or you can have a yellow light.
Nighttime, daytime, nighttime, daytime.
I think they're good value. I think they're really good.
Yeah.
Sound great. You know what? I will drop a link in our chat later, and I'll pop a link in the
exactly what the measurements are. Yeah.
I'll pop a link in one of the comments or description for this video as well. A stream at a later time. Where they're amazing. Have you been in, Joe? Have you seen them? I can't remember if you've been in since I put them up. Interested in these two? Moving house soon and need cabinets.
Can you move the shelf?
Martin here, 130 is definitely worth it. When he came in and he said, "Oh, how much were these? Were they about 60, 70 quid?" Totes. Says Dave.
Can you move the shelves in them?
No, that's one thing that you can't do with them, which is disappointing, and it's because you've got the lights built into them and the wired. But you put risers in them so they can be the height.
There are ways round that, yeah.
I think IKEA just wanted to stick it to the nerds.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I've seen your pictures, right? Fair enough, but was looking into them a while ago when they were on Amazon. Oh, those ones were on Amazon, were they?
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised. They may even be cheaper on there. I don't know.
Interesting. I would never think of Amazon for furniture, I must admit.
I think I've had a couple of pieces off there, but I would say small pieces of furniture. Rather than, I've never ordered a bed off there.
It's a cheaper version of Habitat.
Habitat probably sell on Amazon.
They sell through Argos. Argos Group bought them.
I was going to say they're owned by Argos now, aren't they? But Argos sell through Amazon, don't they?
Do they?
I don't know. I've no idea.
So. They sell through eBay, so I would imagine they sell through Amazon.
A lot of places sell through eBay, though, don't they? They use it as a shop front for.
But yeah.
Some people do clearance on eBay, actually.
Yes, yeah. I think I need to start doing some clearances.
Right.
Amazon sell them for $190. All right, okay, fair enough then. And they're called Brotar cabinets. Are they?
Who's that?
The ones that's not ringing a bell, isn't that? To be honest.
Well, they might be named and they might not be the same.
Yeah.
Unlike Quasimodo's face. That rings a bell.
Only if you push him into the grab him by the feet and. Right, do we have any pickups?
Hey, he's got the ump there.
This is going to be an incredibly short section for me. I'll let you guys go first.
But he had a hunch that people wouldn't like him. Go on, Andy. Get it over and done with.
Okay. Right, I got this.
Awesome. I want it.
Tracks in it.
IKEA sticking it to the nerds, and then people who collect those plates with the royal family on it. Supplement magazine. I also do a 40.
The colour changing track. Now, to my surprise, well, I suppose it's not really a surprise because they're currently using the Transformers logos. They've got some sort of rights to do that. But he has actually got a little Autobot insignia on his bonnet as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's clearly probably marked up as a Transformer. But
is that going to stay on the card, or is it coming off?
Yeah, because I don't think the colour wash thing is going to work too well if it remains on the card in the blister.
Yeah, it requires temperature change. I could put them in the fridge.
Yeah. I've got a Batmobile that I've left sealed on the card from about 10, 12 years ago.
I just think that's his alternate colour there, apparently. So just turn black, basically.
Now the Diaclone black.
Oh. See, I thought it was just a case of the... I thought it was just a case of the...
You thought it was to wash the blue off?
No, I thought...
The Autobot symbol comes viewable.
I thought on this particular instance it would be a case of the logo on his bonnet. Either that would change colour or it would just go plain blue.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't realise the whole car would change on this one.
Well, the thing is, it was weird because there was a sort of... Because, I mean, I went to B&M because you guys were all getting die-cast from B&M, so I thought we couldn't see what there was. So... it was.
Andy's on the bandwagon.
I got on the bandwagon indeed. So
I've been getting diecast for years.
it was just the Transformers bit on the car that really drew my eye to it, because all the others were just the same. So it seemed to be the only one that was actually being called out as a Transformers item. It was odd. And when I looked on the website, because when I took a picture of him on my phone, it was picking up the QR code on the front.
Yeah.
And I went to have a look, and there was no sort of indication that there was a Transformers tie-in whatsoever. In fact, they didn't even seem to be doing the full range on the site. So yeah. Well, I have no idea how my B&M matches up with anyone else's B&M. It was a B&M home, and there seemed to have different flavours of B&M as well. So I have no idea whether that was. It had about two and a half sort of shelves of toys, quite long shelves. Yeah, well, sort of aisles.
Aisles, right?
So
sounds like a lot. To be fair, as B&Ms go.
It was quite big. It was like a supermarket, but it was a weird mix. It was like Wilkinson's used to be.
Right, okay.
It had some toys, some paints, some garden stuff, some bathroom mats. I was like,
a bit of everything.
I was quite confused as to what sort of store I was actually in. It was a bit like that.
A hodgepodge.
Homeware store.
Indeed, yes. A little bit of everything store, yes.
Yeah. Is that all you've got to show us today?
It is. I'm waiting on some other stuff to come through, but it hasn't arrived yet. So
I'm in the same boat as you at the moment.
yeah. I'm a bit dry at the moment, really.
Lube yourself up, Ed.
Yes.
What? No, it won't me. I didn't do it.
This week.
Sorry, what's this?
This week, Ed has mainly been digging.
Show us. All right. Okay. You want it spelled out for you. Fine.
Sorry, what did you say, Andy? This weekend's what?
Mainly been digging graves.
I have been digging graves, yes.
See what I did there?
I did. I saw with both my ears.
Excellent.
Right. Well, I mean, to be fair, my pickups, you've been staring at them all night. Gravedigger, X-Trans bots, and the box, the two Spectrums, and then a T-shirt.
Nice.
Cool.
Look at
there
that.
We go.
That's cool.
Official Vaults of Icon merchandise.
Unofficial merchandise is not available.
It's not, no. There'll be
B&M just gets all sorts of random stuff. You never know what will turn up.
Except no knockoffs.
There was Doctor Who in there as well. Yeah.
So there you go. Anyway, that's X-Transbot's Gravedigger, which is their masterpiece version of Scavenger, one of 6 Constructicons, unless you want to say 7 Constructicons and include Road Hauler or Hauler. But that's just fan fiction, is that? So yeah, it's nice, very, very nice, heavy, good quality, nice posability. Yeah, X-Transbot's really up in the game. If you want to know more, there's a written review and there's also a YouTube video review as well. So,
I just feel that the positioning of his scoop is somehow slightly unfortunate.
Yeah, you can't really do anything with that.
I think that's fantastic positioning. It means that if he accidentally shits himself, it's not going to go on the floor.
You can sort of like bring it, you can bring it in a bit like that, or you can try and you can clean it up a bit. Then when you turn it to the side, he's got that kind of whole thing going off there, and so yeah, it's but it's true to the G1 toy and the animation model. The animation model, the scoop arm was just hanging down, aimlessly.
Mario,
too kind, Mario. Too kind. That's the box. Nice box.
Nice box, yeah.
So look, black and shiny silver. Tasteful.
Tasteful.
Upmarket.
Pooper scooper.
So yeah, it's a USB keyboard, hence the USB cable hanging out the back. So this is me, yellow and black version, and then I've got me yellow and black version here.
The Kill Bill version.
Yes, my Kill Bill version, or my Sunstreaker version. But that's just an empty case, so I can swap the internal gubbins. Yeah, they do look tacky, Dave. You see that? You really know where you stand with people when you offend them and they come back at you, don't you? Sorry, what's that? I think I can hear a school bell ringing. I think playtime's over. And that's it. That's all I've got to show. I won't show what else, in case it offends people.
Oh, goodness.
So yeah, no, that's no. In all honesty and joking aside, no, that's it. That's all that. The other week when we were on, and we were showing us stuff, and I said that there was something coming that wasn't going to be due until the day after. It was the keyboards.
I thought they'd made it onto last time's. Obviously, they didn't.
It's what? Sorry.
I thought they made it onto last time's council.
No. The internal board did. The actual circuitry board did. It's just that I had it inside a different coloured case. So, because I'd been using it to test it and all this lot. So yeah, but those are the proper cases for it. The red and black case is downstairs in the room.
I remember that, the Auric Atmos one.
Yeah, the Auric Atmos one. Yeah, so it's yeah, I'm not doing too bad with the Spectrums. There is one that you can get one, Bob. Sorry, Martin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. And also one that with a light up keyboard.
That's not the same.
Like the membrane. You have LEDs in the membrane, and it makes the keys light up and that. It's all very tacky. David hates it.
Fair enough.
But that's it. Anyway, go on. I've said enough. You show us what you've got, Gareth.
This is going to be so disappointing.
It's not Diecast or Godzilla. God damn it.
I never said it wasn't Godzilla.
For a change. It's Godzilla for a change.
Well, technically it's Rodan.
Right. It's Rodan out of a cereal packet, apparently.
Well, it's about the size of a cereal packet toy.
Rodan.
This is actually a proper Sakubi. This is a Maragucha, as they call them. So it's some of the big ones I've shown you in the past by a company called Marusan. They do these small ones that come out of gachas, or can go into a gacha, and they're called Maraguchas. Maragucha. And yeah, it's just this cherry red, translucent-ish Rodan. And that's all I've got this week. That's it.
There we go. How did he get his name?
Rodan.
Is his actual name Dan? And he was once on a lake in a boat, and his friend was telling him to row.
No.
I think it might be. Especially with the wings, opposable wings to hold the oars.
Think about it. It's a Japanese monster, and they wouldn't say row. They'd say something else, wouldn't they?
A row.
There were Rogue One fans.
No, it's not a dildo. Look, I know if you're brave enough that everything is a dildo, but no, that's not a dildo.
I'm trying to figure something out.
It's not.
Do you have a dildo fixation, or is it just everybody else that has a dildo fixation?
I made a joke, and they won't let me live it down.
Well,
a picture turned up on my Facebook feed of a load of dildos spread out on in fact, no, I think the first one I saw was a load of them on shelves, on a bookcase. And at first, I just saw loads of bright colours and thought, oh, that's a cool collection. I zoomed in, I was like, oh. Oh. Anyway, I thought it was funny, so I shared it in the toy group.
Yeah.
Look at my collection. And everyone seems to think it actually is my collection.
Ah, banter.
Yes, but I don't mind a bit of banter. Banter's fun.
Banter is fun.
Banter's fun. Is it a choking toy? I think you probably could choke on it, but I don't see why you'd want to put that in your mouth.
Perhaps it would if you attached it to a leather strap and wrapped it around your face.
Looks like a kidney stone. If your kidney stones look anything like that, Joe, I suggest you go to the doctors.
Yeah, and good luck trying to pass that as well.
Ooh.
That would be a bit sensitive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got pointy bits.
Yeah.
It'll
come out like like on cartoons. On cartoons when something goes through a wall and it leaves the shape on the wall, yeah? That's the kind of shape it'd leave at the end of the thing that it's coming out of. It'd rip it to shreds. It'd end up looking like the Mon Calamari.
To be fair, I have shown you one of those before. Because I think we're a couple of months ago. I had the glow-in-the-dark lime green ones.
The hearing aid keeps falling out.
It's the same thing, but in a different colour. It is actually a different mould. I've just realised it's same character, but it's a different sculpt.
Different mould, yeah.
That one's probably 2005, and that one's probably the 60s version. Stop it choking with laughter. Okay.
Phil's choking with laughter.
Choking. Oh, goodness.
Choking.
Joe's been very lucky. We'll try gallstones. I had them removed.
Not pleasant.
Nice. Thank you for sharing.
Unless you're ultrasonic, you can get rid of them with ultrasound. Bombard them. And it breaks them up into smaller chunks, and then you can just pass them.
It's true.
Okay. I remember my uncle had to have an operation to remove gallstones.
No, kidney stones, not gallstones.
I was going to say kidney stones.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, well, he said gallstones then. He spelt it wrong, but it's Joe. Finished another picture. Ed looks far too happy on his T-shirt. I know it's not a very good representation.
It's not, no. But it's not me. That isn't me. That's the AI Ed. It's not me.
AI Ed.
It's Ed AI. So I can get away with that. I can get away with him looking happy because it's not me. Anyway, I have you a lot to thank for being grumpy.
Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. I've kept away from you for the last 3 months.
I know. And it's going to be even longer now. Kids are on holiday.
I know. Sunday night, I was like, I'll go up and see Ed tomorrow. Well, no, girls are back tomorrow.
I tell you what I did see in B&M when I was there. They had they had bobbleheads, but it wasn't this bobblehead. Obviously, it was like a re-release. But they had quite a few of them. Yeah.
My gran had some removed, and they left a clip inside her, and she needed a second one. Oh, wow. Looks like a character from The Simpsons. But it's not yellow or brown.
I think he probably means his hair.
It's similar. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
similar.
that one. Ed's.
Yeah, that one.
No, it looks like a Jolly Simpsons version of it. All right, he's saying it as well. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, why has the bot changed his voice?
Oh.
I could tell you why, but I can't be asked. It's none of your business. It just has.
I think
Does there have to be a reason?
The short answer is upgrades.
Mario's only asking because he's got a very, very strong, very, very thick Irish accent. And when he comes over to visit me, I usually have to ask him every time he says something. I either have to look at him and think what he's just said, or just blatantly ask him what he just said.
Is he
wants to change his?
Is he proper Ireland or Northern Ireland?
No, it's proper Ireland. Proper Ireland. Yeah. Bless. No, he's a wonderful chap, is Mario. He really is. But he knows I struggle with his accent sometimes.
Whereabouts is he from? Whereabouts are you from? Why am I asking you? Mario, where are you from? Balls to him. I'll speak to Mario. Mario, look, I'm looking at you now, Mario. Okay, where you from? Where you from, Flower?
What's your name and where are you from?
Now then, we've got a young boy here from Dublin.
If you're in Simpsons, what would be your character?
They'd be cartoons.
Dublin.
Probably.
From Dublin.
There we are.
We would play ourselves on The Simpsons.
I like the new voice, but I do miss the old one. I miss the old one. I've got to be honest, I do miss the old one.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I asked for some feedback from a few people regarding the voice. I'd been thinking and considering changing the voice for a bit. And so I asked a few people about it and I sent them short videos of the Vault Keeper saying some stuff. And like with the original voice and then with the new voice. And they all came back saying that they found that the new voice was clearer and better to understand and easier to understand when saying certain words. So that's why it was changed.
I find it interesting that I was not one of these people.
Yeah,
because I wanted to ask people that didn't have any familiarity with it, so they weren't going to be tainted in any way.
Okay,
that's how you do proper market research, by asking people who've not a clue.
It's a control group. Yeah.
So there you go.
just
hang on a minute. I feel a bit funny that I did something intelligent. I need to just give me a second. I don't feel. I need a drink of water. I don't feel well.
What? Where's that come from? Lenny, comic book guy, and Ralph.
Simpsons.
I think it's. If you could be a Simpsons character,
Richard would be right. Okay, I'd be Mr. Burns.
Smithers.
Smithers.
Phil thinks the voice is better. I personally felt the other one had more character, more personality. But that's me, isn't it? That's me. So it's funny how I'm old school when it comes to Ed's things. I want the old one back. Nostalgia. Keep going back. You know what he's done it for? It's so that we go back and watch his older videos.
Now we can go back.
I couldn't give a monkeys, honestly.
Oh, you'd be Smithers, would you? You'd be Smithers, Joe.
He's put Sniffers.
I know, but it's
Sniffers.
Joe, isn't it? You have to decipher it.
You have to translate.
And you'd also be having a poo.
Thank you, come again.
Well, bloody hell.
We're going to party like it's 1999.
I could be
hankered.
Misappropriation.
Well, Simpsons did it first. It's not your fault.
It's a cartoon.
I know.
I'd be Homer. I don't care. I'd be Homer all day.
Would you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd be Homer.
He goes to work.
Is what?
He goes to work. And he works for me.
There's many Simpsons characters you could be. Mr. Burns is not one of them.
I said I'd be Mr. Burns.
No, you are not Mr. Burns. You are comic book guy.
No. I'm Mr. Burns. I bring you love. Original actor got the sack because he got... No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
No, he just chose. He chose not to do the voice.
He decided he wasn't going to do a poo anymore because he felt it was wrong. He didn't get the sack.
Yeah, and it's not wrong because you've still got. I was just about to say his name now. The guy that does the voice for Mr. Burns and Smithers still does the voice for Dr. Julian Hibbard.
Oh, does he now?
Yes, he does. Yeah. the voice actors at the end of the day for a cartoon. It's silly. It's silly. You know.
How long have the Simpsons been going now?
Harry Shearer. That's it. Harry Shearer. He's one of the members of Spinal Tap.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Harry Shearer.
How many years has it been going now?
40, maybe? Not as much as that?
It first appeared on Tracy Ullman's show, so it could have been late 80s. It could have been 89,
for
maybe?
all of those years, you've had a woman playing the part of a little boy.
Exactly. It's just, I think it's a case of people trying to do something. Hoping that it'll
Mario
make them,
would know. Mario would know.
Yeah.
He's a Simpsons fan. He just collects figures. Was it Frank Azaria?
Yeah, it was Hank Azaria, yeah.
Is that what did the voice for Pooh?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was silly of him, really. It didn't accomplish anything, really. It's just...
Well, it won't accomplish anything, will it?
I mean, and off the back of that, you've got Peter Cullen stepping down as the voice of Predator because he's not an alien.
Oh, you know, I shit myself the other day. Was it yesterday?
No, it was his birthday. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know. But I'm so used to scrolling through Facebook now, and then when you see a celebrity, you're just like, your insides just fall out of you because you think that it's an announcement of their passing. And yeah, obviously they're sharing the fact that it's his birthday, but it was this close-up picture of him, and I was like, no!
The thing is, though, it's... I mean, it's what is he 80? Did you say? Is he 86? Is he? So
it's not going to be far away, is it? Sadly,
I can hear that. Can hear that countdown music. Dun, 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 dun. You know, it's. I'm not being harsh. I'm just being honest.
I'm not particularly sort of sentimental in this way, but I do sometimes wonder if the collective fan wish of these people to keep going actually does keep them going in some respects, because there must be so much love out there for him, bless him.
Well, I think, to be fair, yeah, I think he has actually retired from that role now. I think he has stepped down from it. But I think really what they ought to do is, and maybe they already have, maybe there's an agreement there for after when he does pass, but do like what James Earl Jones did. And that's that James Earl Jones gave Lucasfilm permission to synthesize and AI his voice going forward, so he can continue being the voice of Darth Vader
in perpetuity.
Yeah.
When David Attenborough goes, the country will fall. It's like, how is he still with us?
Well, no. The thing is, though, I would have agreed with David Attenborough of 20 or 30 years ago, but not David Attenborough now. He's drunk the Kool-Aid.
The thing is, David Attenborough must have been in so many places where he could have been bitten, stung, generally sort of clobbered by something toxic. It's incredible when you think about it.
We're all still here, Dave. We're all still here. Apart from those.
It's not, the country's only falling apart from a particular point of view. It depends on which political side of the spectrum you're on as to whether it's falling apart or not. But yeah, David Attenborough is a national treasure. He is a national treasure, regardless of what his current politics may be. But it's
yes, Martin, we did.
Yes, Martin, everyone did.
No, I do actually like what James Earl Jones did there. He went in. He did a couple of days worth of recording of his voice. So they've got everything on file, enough for them to synthesize anything from. Yeah. And he's given... I mean, I dare say he did it for a bit of money as well.
Yeah.
He's given them his rights in perpetuity. That means that there's never going to be someone like me that says, well, shouldn't you get his family's approval? It's like, well, no, they don't need his family's approval. They got his approval. Family's got nothing to do with it once he's gone. He's given the rights.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Peter Cushing thing, I was like, if his family, if his estate and the family hadn't given approval, I would have been a little bit, well, should they have done that?
They probably wouldn't have done it. They probably wouldn't have done it if they hadn't.
No, they probably wouldn't. But yeah, no, I do like that because it's Vader, isn't it? It's
a distinct voice.
Keep using him.
Yeah. It's a distinct voice that it wouldn't. I mean, you can tell when you. I mean, sort of like in some of the video games and stuff like that, you can tell it's not James Earl Jones.
Yeah,
it's close, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not quite there.
Although that said, James Earl Jones at the time of doing these recordings isn't quite James Earl Jones as Darth Vader.
No. But it's, because his voice has got older,
isn't it?
But his pace and everything else is probably going to be quite similar. Even if you can always tweak the tone and stuff if they need to.
Yeah, look at Mel Brooks, 90 years, and he's decided to direct another film.
Well, no, he's not directing it, is he?
Oh, is he not?
No, I think, to be fair, I was reading an article about this, and it was doing a bit of a breakdown, and it was saying that the kind of like marketing it as Mel Brooks doing Spaceballs 2, but he hasn't really got that much of an input. He's kind of more of a creative rather than... I know he's not directing it, and I think it's someone else that's writing it as well.
So it's more sort of inspired by or something.
Yeah, kind of thing. Also, this article was sort of like heavily insinuating towards kind of thing. And I can understand that, because at night, being 98-year-old, it's a lot to take on.
Well, apparently when they did the third season of Picard in particular, Patrick Stewart could only do a few hours a day sort of thing. So they had to sort of organise it around what he was able to do physically. Because, I mean, he's not a spring chicken anymore either.
No, he's not, no.
That's the series that never should have been made.
Well, the thing is, in the third season...
The third season was not bad.
There was only one
third season, it's not him because he died at the end of season 1.
Well, yes, yeah, it is. It's not him. He's
dead.
But the only time he felt for me like the Picard of old was when he was on the bridge of the Enterprise D. It just seemed to get a bit of his strength back and a bit of conviction in his voice.
Yeah,
when it was like engage, and and it did the whole thing. But yeah, it's that kind of thing. I mean, it's like
welcome.
When do people actually age out of the roles that they made famous?
Oh, Josh Gad. Okay. Olaf's making it.
Yeah, Josh Gad. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So the family's approval to use superimposed images of Steve McQueen's face for the Ford Puma ad in the 90s.
And for the Holston Pills adverts as well with Griff Rhys-Jones. When they sampled Great Escape. But yeah, it's...
Just to have a very quick change of subject for the last few minutes of the show. Has everyone seen Superman? Because I've now seen Superman. Have you not seen Superman?
Not yet. I haven't managed to find the time yet.
I don't know why, but I thought that you'd been to see it. That's why I brought it up.
I was planning to, and then stuff happened, so I couldn't. So
I did half an hour.
Oh, right, okay. Any reason why you turned it off?
I was bored.
All right.
I was bored.
You were bored.
And not... I won't say that the film bored me. I think I was bored because kind of like... I think I've just got a general malaise and boredom towards comic book movies at the moment. I'm just like, oh, another one. I mean, I've started watching Fantastic Four. And I'm watching it in sittings. I'm doing about half an hour at a time.
Okay.
Because I'm watching half an hour and I'm kind of like feeling myself just wandering a bit and thinking, right, okay, I'll turn it off and I'll come back. And so like tonight, I'll watch the final half hour of it. But it's not... I'm just kind of... Yeah, I think I'm just kind of at the stage where I want something different now, I think. Okay. I want something other than superhero films.
Saturation.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I've got to disagree with you there, Joe. Films are subjective, so we're all entitled to his own opinions, but as much as it wasn't for me, I don't think there was anything about it that was shit. Quite frankly.
It's a succinct review.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for putting so much effort into that, and thanks for not spoiling it for everyone like you normally do.
I mean, it's not. I think it's just for me personally. I think I even had this opinion with Man of Steel, and I enjoyed Man of Steel, but for me personally, no matter what Superman film they make, it will never beat the benchmark of Christopher Reeve. Yeah, the Christopher Reeve Superman, that first Superman film, that's the benchmark for Superman films, and I haven't seen a Superman film yet that's got anywhere near that. That's for me personally, Okay. But
Joe says Fantastic Four was good, just as elaborate a review as was shit, really, isn't it?
I mean, what I will say about Fantastic Four is that I found it more bearable than Marvel's more recent output.
I've heard it's them getting their mojo back a bit.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't say they've got the mojo back. I think what's done it with the Fantastic Four is that I think it's because of the aesthetic of it, because they've gone for this like retro futuristic 50s kind of feel to it. A bit like the Jetsons kind of thing, they've gone for that kind of thing. And I think that's making it seem more separate than the current Marvel stuff. As though it's kind of like out on a branch there somewhere. But they still do, without giving any spoilers, they still got some of the Marvel sort of like, where you're just like, oh, really? Or kind of like, or sort of like the kind of, conveniences and contrivances in there kind of thing. But I do like the look of the film. I do like that retro futuristic look. I do like that. That does look nice.
I mean, the one thing I have seen recently, this is completely at a tangent, but my lad discovered that he could watch the Flash series on ITV free. Started ploughing into that as teenagers are wont to do. He's binging it quietly whilst he's with me. And it was actually stronger than I was expecting, because I think a lot of the clips I've seen led me to believe it was quite cheesy. And obviously it is aimed at that sort of level of maturity. But I actually thought the acting in it was very strong.
What was this? Sorry?
The Flash.
Oh, right, the Flash.
So the Arrowverse Flash.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had a degree of time for it. It's only something I've ever seen on little YouTube before, because it didn't hit at the right time for me to sort of sit and watch it. So, I mean, some of the things that did make me smile. It's like, we've just transmogrified this high science object into another high science object that we need for this episode, even though apparently they have very little to do with one another, and I have no idea how you managed to do it in that time scale, but okay. And there's a lot of sort of convenience, gadget of the week sort of stuff in it, clearly. But I did feel like they were genuinely trying with it, which was... And they seem to have thought out the season as well, from one end to the other sort of thing. And then Mark Hamill appears in it. I'm like, fair dues to them, quite heavy hitting. It's like good guest stars, fair dues. Well played. And my son was like, who? It's like, it's Luke Skywalker. Oh yeah. It's like, oh god.
Luke Skywalker is here to rescue you.
Indeed.
The comment that Dave made. Just a few comments back about Fantastic Four with Pedro Pascal. Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one, Dave. I'm not criticising Pedro Pascal as an actor. He's
not the right fit for the part.
But he was strange, wasn't he? Oh no, that one got knocked off, didn't it? Yeah.
He's a good actor in certain roles. Some roles he suits, some he doesn't. And yeah, Mr. Fantastic. I think I don't mean this in a negative or an unkind way, but I think for someone like a character like Mr. Fantastic, you need a certain look to them. And I don't think Pedro Pascal fits that kind of, because especially with such a well-known character within comics and other films and cartoons and things like that. Yeah, I think you need that more. You need that more of that all-American look. kind of thing, if you know what I mean. You know, like the square jaw, kind of chiseled face, kind of
One
thing.
thing we've got to give him though, Pedro Pascal, he's done absolutely phenomenal to get all these roles, considering his social anxiety issues. You know what I mean? All these different cast members that he's having to put up with, when he suffers with social anxiety, he's doing really well, I think.
Yeah, but he's always got plenty of people to be touchy-feely with. But yeah, John Krasinski, yes, Ben, yeah. Ben, he was more of a fit.
He was a better fit.
He would have been good.
But no, I think that the thing with I don't have so much.
Human Torch was spot on, which I find quite strange, considering that the actor even said that they've literally rewrote the character to make him fit for modern audiences, because he couldn't be the traditional Human Torch because it would be frowned upon. So I don't know how he could be spot on.
Yeah, there's none of that.
He's a hot shot, isn't he? He's a bit of a womanizer.
Yeah, there's none of that.
And they had to change that because it's not PC now.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to. They've taken the edge off his brashness and his hot-headedness and his kind of impulsive nature.
Give me hungry man, bit of cheese on top.
But no, the Pedro Pascal thing. I don't know if you like, if you notice these phases where certain actors become kind of the flavour of the month, and they seem to be in everything. You had it with Tom Cruise years ago. Not Tom Cruise, sorry, Tom Hanks years ago. It was like every other film had Tom Hanks in it, kind of thing. And it's like a cycle that Hollywood goes through.
But they can sell films, can't they? That's the point. That's why they're safe bets. So, yeah.
So it's
pretty much done with all the superhero films and series. Even the new Star Wars have just started watching the DC animated stuff instead. Cool. Yeah, I will be honest. I feel a bit of superhero fatigue. I know they're saying it's not a real thing, but I've been feeling it for a good few years now, to be fair. Remember when we got 1 or 2, if we were lucky, per year? And now there's like 5 or 6 per year across the different franchises.
I think the thing is, it's set in after Endgame. After Endgame, they should have had a bit of a break.
Should have had a break, yeah.
Did I tell you what my son said to me after Black Panther 2?
What? It's not the same anymore, is it, Dad?
That's right. Exactly what he said. Yep. And I just thought, yeah, he's right. He's absolutely spot on. It isn't the same anymore. The mojo's gone because it's not the crowd that built it up for years.
That's what we need. We need a Pink Panther movie.
What, with Eddie Murphy? Can you believe that? What's really... I've never even watched the old Pink Panther films, the Peter Sellers ones. I've never seen them.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, but even I took great offence when all the articles I'm seeing are that Eddie Murphy is taking over as Inspector Clouseau in the Pink Panther films, and they're all showing a picture of Steve Martin, and I'm like, no, Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Steve Martin, not necessarily in that role, but I do love Steve Martin. He's a legend.
Think of all the animals we've ever heard about, like rhinoceroses, tigers, cats, and mink. There are lots of funny animals in all this world. And have you ever met a panther that is pink? Think.
Pink.
Well, here he is, the Pink Panther, the Pink Panther.
Used to touch women. Yeah, that's what I was inferring. Yeah, I was
but no, it's. I don't know. You see, that's another one that Mario's just said about Naked Gun. It's like you're making sequels to films that don't need them, and you're making them far too long afterwards. Yeah. I mean, Top Gun Maverick, for me, I enjoyed it. It barely got away with it, but it was okay. It was enjoyable. But
I gotta say,
Spaceballs 2.
That's long. Yeah, that's far too long. I've got to be honest with you. The Naked Gun trailer had me. I think it was quite fun.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
I'm quite surprised at Liam Neeson playing a role like that.
I mean, it does have a bit of comedy in him, but it's like I think that role, the Naked Gun films, and especially, I mean, if you haven't seen the TV series Police Squad, you need to watch that. That is absolutely hilarious. That's even funnier than the films.
Like Police Squad on the roller coaster.
Yeah. But that role, Frank Drebin, it's one of those roles that's so closely locked to Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, but it's not him, is it?
No, it's his son.
It's his son.
It's Frank Drebin Jr. So, I mean, they found a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free clause with it to do a sequel. But again, it's like, you can't really... I don't think you can capture that lightning in the bottle again, like what those films did.
Okay.
I just seen a little clip for you where he goes, like, such and such, cover me. I go over him.
I mean, I can remember going to the cinema to see the first Naked Gun film, and the part that made me laugh the most, to the point where I thought I was going to have to get up and walk out the cinema, was when it was Nordberg and he fell in the water dead, and they put the white outline on the water.
The new one did. The new one good.
It's just like that on water.
The creator of Back to the Future is going on to the rights of that trilogy. Yeah, over his dead body will there be a sequel?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I respect him for that as well.
But you know for a fact,
so many numbers of dollars to let him, and he just keeps saying nope.
Yeah. You know for a fact, as soon as them two peg it, Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis,
Bob Gale would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh, sorry, Bob Zemeckis. Sorry, once he pegs it, Disney will be all over that, and there'll be a reboot.
You had Bob Gale behind the cartoon series. You had Bob Gale behind the comics that they've been doing. You had Bob Gale behind the video game. He wants to do it, but Zemeckis is just like, no. We told the story we want to tell. It's a complete story. It's done, and it is. You know, they did their own personal history in the first one. They did Jump to the Future, and they did Jump to the Far Past. They've done it all.
Yeah.
You know, what they're going to do? Run into samurais next. It makes no sense. They weren't in America.
No, you don't. Yeah, there's some films that don't need remaking or rebooting or.
I didn't even see the old one. Okay. Don't think I'll watch the new one. Fair enough.
Airplanes. Yeah, Airplane's brilliant. Yeah. Airplane's brilliant. Okay. And the satire and being meta even before meta was a thing. Airplane 2. Because Airplane 2 is essentially the first film remade again, and that's one of the big jokes of it. You know, it's one of the big jokes of Airplane 2 is that we're giving you the same film again, just in a space shuttle.
Now with more Shatner, yes.
Yes, with more Shatner. Bridge? What do you mean with no bridge? Just a tower, sir. Why am I told about these things? Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. That's from the first film.
Is it now? Okay.
Which has Robert Stack in it, who's the voice for Ultra Magnus.
Fair enough.
And you go to the airport, and they have a sort of a BOMB store in the airport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I did see Superman. My thoughts coming out of it was, I would have liked to, bearing in mind it's over 2 hours long.
You would have liked to have seen Superman.
I would have liked to have seen Superman being Superman. He's not Superman in that film. And it's not a case of he's still becoming there. He's been Superman for 3 years. But he gets his ass handed to him all the way through the film. And he wins one fight right at the very end. And I'm like, this is Superman. What's going on? I don't think he's a bad Superman, to be fair. He's all right. He's no, as Ed would say, he's no Christopher Reeve. He's no Henry Cavill. But he's not bad. You know, he's all right as Superman. But, there's just too much going off in it. It's like, whoa, put the brakes on a little bit.
Is it ADHD Superman?
Yes, it is. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
To the point that they've literally created portals to transport themselves around the planet in the blink of an eye, so that we don't have to, travel there.
Boom tubes.
No,
I mean that was the other thing as well. I mean, I think some things work in a comic or a cartoon context, but maybe not so much in a film. And it's like, I again, I'll put my hand up. I've only seen half an hour of it. I do intend to go back and finish off watching it. That's not an issue. But it's like, I mean, I'm a dog lover. I have a dog myself. But I think something like Crypto, it's not something really I want to see in a Superman film.
Yeah.
Unless if it's an animated film, fair enough. But, it's...
well animated. I'll give it that. There was no point that I looked at Crypto and I knew going in that he's a wholly CGI character. There's not a single frame where they've used a real dog. I did not think that's obvious CGI. All the way through it. Like, I actually think that they used the entire CGI budget on the dog.
Right.
Because some of the other CGI was shocking.
But you see, that was the other thing. You see, that was the other thing that put me off it as well. Was when Superman, when he's in the Fortress of Solitude, interacting with Crypto, and he said the word dude.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Today it's dude, tomorrow it's totes, and it's just like, and it's just totes not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, whatever. It's like, so no, it's like Superman doesn't use words like that.
You're the audience that film was made for.
Yes. This
Ben.
is the guy that likes. This is the guy that likes new Doctor Who. Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, Dave, our opinions on these things are not valid.
Yeah, Dave, we love you. We love you, Dave, but you have questionable taste.
I think Firebox was an excellent movie.
You thought
this
what?
one, sorry.
I'm answering Martin's comment down the bottom there. I think Firefox was an excellent movie.
Firefox is a brilliant film.
Before my time,
Firefox is a
seen
brilliant
that
one.
You must think Russian. Think Russian.
Think Russian.
Okay.
Yes,
I've got the
brilliant
game.
movie. And that's a film that needed a sequel back in the day.
Let's destroy an entire city.
It had a second book.
Well, yes, it does. Yeah. Firefox down. Yeah.
Let's invade an inferior country. That's fun.
Who's that? What invade a country?
Well, he thinks that Superman was fun, and he likes it. He likes fun. Calling us grumpy because we don't like stuff. Metropolis. Sorry for spoilers. Metropolis gets wiped out. Yeah, that's fun. Invasion of a poor country, because that is not a parallel on Russia and Ukraine. Oh, not at all. And apparently there were no modern day politics in this film. That's fun.
Well, this is the other thing. I mean, at least
I will say overall, I found the film to be quite inoffensive. It was. I would rate it as all right. In all honesty with you, I thought it was all right. I didn't come out thinking that was shit. I didn't come out thinking that was brilliant and I can't wait to see it again. I thought it was just okay.
Well, the other thing that... Yeah, the other thing that puzzled me about it was, and maybe the rest of the film will explain it, or maybe it won't, who knows. But I couldn't figure out, or at least the film wasn't telling me why Lex Luthor had a gripe with Superman. It's like, well, what?
Oh, no, it tells you.
It does. And what is it?
It's one of the problems that I have with the film. He envies him.
And that's it?
That's it. Yeah, he's petty.
But the thing is, though, Lex Luthor...
I know I'm petty, and that's it. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Seriously?
but, I mean...
You're
Correct
a
me if I'm
genius.
wrong.
You recognise a flaw in yourself, and you're still doing these stupid acts.
Lex Luthor never envied Superman.
No, he envies him. That's his entire motivation.
Okay.
It's probably varied over the years in terms of, he's either an opponent or he wants to be seen as Superman, and therefore Superman is opposing his sort of.
No, he didn't, Joe.
Sorry, Andy, go
on. So he wants to sort of supplant Superman as the hero of Metropolis. I think you see that.
Right.
You see that at times as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes he does just end up actually being sort of an ally of Superman because he comes to realise that actually he's not secretly trying to do something
Hands
evil.
Hands down, the best Lex Luthor we've ever had, without a shadow of a doubt, is Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville. And I'll die on that hill.
He does some great interviews now, actually, with people.
Yeah,
It's really good.
It's brilliant, yeah. It was interesting. This is a Lex Luthor thing. It's not a Michael Rosenbaum thing. I was watching Superman the movie, the original Christopher Reeve, with my daughters. Monday, and whilst watching it completely left my mind about Superman Returns. But whilst watching it, I was like, God, Gene Hackman doesn't half remind me of Kevin Spacey here. And it wasn't until halfway through the film that it dawned on me, like, hang on a minute, Kevin Spacey went on to play that part, which is a sequel to this. Yeah. I was like, is that Kevin Spacey being really, really good at what he's doing? But then he is. He's one of the best actors on the planet alive today, in my opinion. But it's more a case of Kevin Spacey's actual persona is very similar to Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor.
I think that Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor is a little bit more sadistic than Gene Hackman's.
Oh yes, yeah.
It just cranked up a little bit more.
It wasn't Hackman's Lex Luthor that I thought was like Spacey's Lex Luthor. I thought Hackman's Lex Luthor was like Kevin Spacey.
Right. Yeah. But no, I mean, you see, I can't comment because I've never watched Smallville.
Joel, you almost go down those routes.
It never.
He's factually correct.
It wasn't an element of Superman that interested me. I wasn't bothered about Superman's awkward teenage phase kind of thing. It's just like it's not my thing. It might be good. It might not be. I don't know. So I can't comment.
It got me at the right time because I was that age.
And it did have Christopher Reeve in it. Interesting.
It did, and Margot Robbie. Mm. They couldn't afford Gene Hackman.
And James Masters. James Masters only playing Brainiac.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Oh, good night, Richard. You take care, everyone. Glad you enjoyed.
But yes, each generation has their own interpretation of it. I'm just kind of. I don't think. From like I say, from the bit that I've seen, it's very much a Superman for this generation. I think
100%.
But I don't think that I enjoyed James Gunn's versions of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think what he did there worked, and I enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I think that I'll say it, and I enjoyed the Snyder stuff, with Batman, Man of Steel, and all stuff like that. But I just personally feel that I feel that DC stuff should be a little bit on the darker side than Marvel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there should be a bit more, a bit more grit under the fingernails when it comes to DC stuff. Yeah. To give it that separation from the, Marvel is you kind of like happy clappy, have a fun time, where your DC's a bit like, well, you're a bit sinister, you are, there's a bit more substance to it. But this is what we've got.
He was good. I'll give him that. And Mr. Terrific, I thought, was a very good character in the Superman movie, and I'd like to see more of him going forward. And he also came, although he was played quite light-heartedly and could have been quite a funny character, there was a dark edge to him, and I like that about him as well.
He's not a character I know. I know him to recognise him, but I don't know a lot about him background-wise. So
I don't. But you see, Edge just hit the nail on the head with the Guardians of the Galaxy. What Gunn did there is he took Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a comic series that no one really cared about. Obviously, every comic series has its ardent followers, but there's not many of them for Guardians. And it was a bunch of unknown characters. It was a bunch of unknown actors. There weren't exactly massive names at the time. They are now, but because of it. But it took something that people didn't care about and turned it into something people loved because there was no one to disappoint. Whereas Superman, that's a totally different thing. But he did take Guy Gardner, which he's not the biggest, bestest Green Lantern. Everyone would think either Hal Jordan or John Stewart. But he took Guy Gardner, which no one cares about. He took Hawkgirl, which no one cares about, and I would say after that film, nobody cares about still. And he took Mr. Terrific, who nobody cares about, and he's been able to do something with them in this. But Superman, I think he I don't think that Superman's great. He did the same with Peacemaker.
Yeah,
no one cared about Peacemaker. The nepotism
show that is, when James Gunn took over DC, it was like rebooting everything, but because his wife and his brother is in Peacemaker, that stays.
He's right. You're right there. Ben's got a point here. Superman has always been happy and Boy Scouty, and it's a Snyderverse that turned him into a dark and brooding character. Was Henry Cavill really dark and broody?
No, I don't think he was. I think there was a slight seriousness to him, but I don't think he was. Well, there
might have been some dark and broody aspects to the films.
Yeah.
See, I would have liked to have seen his version of Superman be a little bit brighter, to be fair. But
you see, what really got me with Man of Steel when I watched, I think it was Man of Steel, wasn't it? The first Snyderverse Superman film. Yeah. What really got me about that one was the ending.
Of the city. And the fact that he killed Zod.
The fact that he killed someone, out and out killed someone.
Well, he's done that in the comics,
Hasn't though, but he's always, I don't think he's ever been, well, for the comics that I've ever seen, he's always gone out of his way to not do that. Like
you will like Superman then, the new film.
Right.
Well, the thing is, but in the context of that movie, he had no choice because he knew that Zod would just keep on coming and coming and coming, and he would not stop. But, so he had no choice.
But in the comics or whatever, he'd have found a way to depower him, got Mutsu to do something to him, or Phantom Zoned him. Or,
but to be fair,
incapacitating tonight, whatever, But
Christopher Reeve's Superman killed Zod, Ursa, and Non.
Well, we didn't actually see it on screen, though, did we? He didn't snap his neck.
No, but he killed them. They died because he made them human and mortal, and he threw them down the caverns in the Fortress of Solitude. They're dead. He killed them. So
family could have just moved out of the way. They could have done, but they didn't, did they?
Superman could have.
But no, I know what you mean. I think Batman is traditionally the dark one, and Superman Clark Kent is the Boy Scout. Is the truth, justice, and American way kind of thing. But I suppose, like you say, different generations, different interpretations. And you pick the one that just speaks to you the best.
In the next film, it will kill everyone like John Wick's. Wow, you've seen the trailer, haven't you? You've seen the trailer.
There was and the thing with Kal-El's parents and the reason for sending him to Earth. Like, no, just
Yeah.
No.
I wouldn't have minded if it turned out at the end of the film that was doctored footage by Lex. But no, that turns out to be the actual.
It is, yeah.
No, it's wrong. That is not. I mean, they're trying to say that. Well, Ben's just said Superman's supposed to be happy and Boy Scouty and everything. Well, so's his parents. Yeah, they were portrayed wrong. I would argue as well that his father was portrayed wrong in The Man of Steel. I think Kevin Costner played that's the worst interpretation we've had of Jonathan Kent in my view. As much as I like Man of Steel, that Kent is wrong.
Now you see the thing. Now you see, I kind of disagree with you on that.
Really? Let a school bus full of kids die to protect your secret? No. Everything he learns about humanity comes from Jonathan and Martha Kent.
I'm not so much talking about that. I'm talking about the bit at the end where he tells Clark not to come and save him because he doesn't want him. He doesn't want him to expose himself or out himself. Yeah, and I think that's the message that I think it doesn't get across properly. Yeah, it kind of fumbles it a bit, and the message of that, regardless of what Clark can do, Superman can do, at the end of the day, he's his, Jonathan's his father, and he will do anything he can to protect him. And
I get that, but all he's doing to me is reiterating the point that he's made about his school friends. When he says, well, I had to save them, they would have died. And he says, well, if that's what it takes. And then he just reiterates that by like, no, don't save me, let me die to save yourself. It's like, that. Like I said, everything that Clark learns about saving people and doing good for humanity, he gets that from Ma and Pa Kent. And that I don't think he learns that lesson from that version of.
But you see, in the original films with Christopher Reeve, Jonathan Kent's pretty similar to that in those films. Because like the scene where he kicks the ball and then he runs home so then he can see them driving past. He's like, "You've been showing off again, haven't you, son?" And he's like, and he gives him a dressing down, saying, "You've got to be smarter than that." Pardon?
It's a very tongue-in-cheek one, though.
No, not particularly. No, he's basically saying, look, you're showing off. You've got to be careful.
We watched it 2 days ago, and
people interpret
when he says it.
That was in the days before mobile phones, of course, don't forget. So you couldn't have had video footage or anything of him. So, but I mean, it is an interesting one. And I did think the Man of Steel Superman was more reserved in many respects than we've seen in Superman. He was very self-contained, I thought, initially at least. Just a different tonality, not a wrong tonality necessarily, but just different.
He's not a what?
A Viltrumite. It's a race of evil alien beings from the thingy, what's it, cartoon, not The Boys, the other one.
What's this? What's this referring to?
I don't know.
Maybe Ben can elaborate for us, because it doesn't seem that any of us have a clue what he's on about.
Yeah.
Unless Andy's doing the Google thing.
Oh, Invincible.
Oh, Invincible.
Invincible, yes. Name wouldn't come to me. It's late.
Yeah, it is. No. 2.5 hours. Should call it a night, I think.
What's everyone else doing this week?
Yeah, pardon?
What's everyone else doing this week?
Well, go on then. What are you doing this week? In other words, he's really excited about the video that he's got coming up tomorrow, and he wants to tell you all about it.
It'll be a pile of pants, but anyway, it's quite a lengthy pile of pants in which I reminisce about the fact that we're still getting, and there were some interesting comments tonight actually that made me smile. And I didn't know if it was because people had seen the thumbnail or whatever, but basically, Aliens, Predator, RoboCop, Terminator. Why are they still around 40 years on? Why do we keep getting more of them? Yeah, but does it have to be them? Is there not a better way? I mean, but yeah, obviously some of that. But anyway, I'm having a bit of a delve basically, and I haven't used any original footage because all I've done is film myself as a Fortnite character in all of those 6 actually skins. Because Fortnite brought those characters into Fortnite, and I saw them and I thought, what on earth are they doing in Fortnite? They're largely 18 films, and the kids who are playing Fortnite won't know what, or shouldn't know perhaps, what a lot of them are. So what are they doing there? Actually they're really well done. They're well done as characters. They've been skinned really well.
I think because because the characters have become so diluted over the years by inferior sequels and things like that. I think the reason why they probably are still around is because it's more of a testament, I think, to the original films, because they were made in a time where films really were good. They were written well, they were shot well, they were directed well, and they were acted well. And I think that's why they stood the test of time, and lesser people come along and try to make sequels on the back of them, hoping to cash in on that, when they're just largely, for the most part, absolutely abysmal,
I've got to say, I'm liking the look of Alien Earth. I think that looks very, very good, does that? It's all practical on the xenomorph as well, isn't it?
Is it?
It is, but it's doing that thing where they're creating issues and problems and rocks for their own back in the franchise by setting something that's set before or in and around the time of the first film. Like with Alien Romulus. It's like you're setting this in a point where, Ripley's in cryosleep, on the Narcissus. And then you've got Alien Earth, and it's like, well, now you're retconning it that the xenomorph has actually been to Earth, before, and it's just creating issues where they're just going to have to start being more convoluted with the timeline and saying, oh, well, this person who said that one sentence in that film, that's what he meant. It's like, no, it's not at all. You're using,
In all fairness, I don't think it's explicitly said that alien xenomorphs have never been on Earth.
No one's ever used that as a premise before, Ed.
No, they haven't. Xenomorphs haven't been to Earth.
Where does it say that?
The first Alien film, the part of the
but everything so far is set after the first Alien film.
This Alien Earth isn't.
It's set sometime after Alien, around about the same time as Aliens.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
No, I question that. Because also, as well, the other thing that you've got that's not working in its favour for me is you've got more advanced tech in it than what you've got in films that happen afterwards. Humans being able to download the consciousness into robots.
Well, we don't know that doesn't exist in those other films, to be fair.
And it doesn't. You've got Ash, you've got androids. They've got specifically manufactured androids.
Yeah, but we don't know that there are any androids with human essences in them. And we don't know that they've tried it in this one film and they realised it was a complete failure in the end, so they never did it again. We don't know that yet. We haven't seen it.
No, I'm less forgiving of stuff like that. You're just messing with things that don't need messing with. If you're going to make stuff, make it after, do it as, rather than trying to retcon and, force a wedge into something that, that it doesn't really need to be there.
I don't know. I'll wait and see. I'm not going to criticise it for spoiling something if it doesn't actually spoil it.
Well, it spoils it by just existing in and of itself.
Oh, don't be silly.
It does.
And on that,
in other words, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
You agree with Dave on this one? Literally, as you're saying it, he's typed it.
Yeah.
Well, I say I have many musings on these things over the course of the video, so you can feel free to join me if you can stick it out that long. So.
Why is it a long one?
It's 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, bloody hell, Andy! I'll be editing.
You read it away, sir. You read it away.
Actually, that said,
It's short on one of his collector's corners, I'll have you know, but he's one of them.
I have Harley at the moment pestering me to watch, because we watched A New Hope on Monday night. How fortunate are my daughters that in one day they managed to experience Superman the movie, Flight of the Navigator, and Star Wars A New Hope for the first time. Wow.
They watched Little Shop of Horrors again then?
They did watch Little Shop of Horrors again as well as that. So, yeah. Wow. But now Harley's pestering me to watch The Empire Strikes Back.
Of course.
Yeah. So I may well be watching The Empire Strikes Back at the time of your premiere, but I will catch up at some point. So, yeah. Get your popcorn, Andy. Yeah. Martin said. Ed, what have you got coming up?
There's what day we're on? Wednesday, aren't we?
Wednesday.
Yes, I'm a bit like that at the moment.
I'm just looking at my day. I'm just looking at my planner here. Right. Video wise, there's no now until next. Sorry, Collector's Archive next Thursday. And it's with Matt from the Kraken Wakes, and we will be mostly talking Action Force.
Mostly talking Action Force, okay.
We'll talk mostly because it's been brought to my attention that people are sick of Transformers. So,
has Phil been talking to you? Speaking of,
sick of Transformers. So for a change, I might start talking about Godzilla and Diecast because nobody talks about that. No, so we've got Matt Kraken Wakes Collector's Archive next Thursday, and then it's Edge Transformers on Sunday, and next Tuesday Plastic Diecast and Rubber Tires. They're little shorts.
Watchers by it now, can't we?
It's what? Sorry,
we can set our watchers by your lineup now.
Yeah, well, it's what I'm enjoying doing at the moment. Good. If you don't like it, balls to you.
How can anyone be sick of Transformers? You've got to ask Phil.
Well, it's an alien concept to me, enjoying something that you like. I don't get it.
But Phil doesn't like it. Therefore, he doesn't enjoy it. But no one's
what does Phil like?
Doctor Who.
Yeah, I think...
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Battlestar Galactica.
Things that are not animated.
There'll be just my usual photography posts on Instagram that I put up. But I've been revamping stuff. I've revamped the website. I have revamped. I'm still in German mode. We're talking from Tim last Thursday. I know Tim's rubbed off on me from Thursday. You will watch this. I'm only if you're watching, I'm joking. Bless you, you know I am.
Did he ever ask you about adding to the group? Because he said he wanted. Did he ever ask you about adding to the group? Because he said he wanted to join, didn't he?
Did he? No, I think he asked about what the group was. I don't know if he said he wanted to join. He's not joining anyway. No, he's not. There's too many people in there anyway. You keep adding people. It's like, will you stop it? But the thing is, though, you're adding all these people, and it's the same 5 or 6 people that just keep commenting. Everyone else doesn't comment and all. So all these other people that's in the group that aren't contributing, bin them, get rid of them. What's the point of them being
Mario, take care, yeah?
So like Mario.
You say that, and because Dave hardly, not this Dave, and not the other Dave, hardly ever joins in the chat, but when he does, look at the vintage Star Wars that he shows. And then you're like, you can pee off because I want that and I can't afford it.
Who wants what?
Why does my phone like to put face? Sponsored by the A-Team. Mr. B, hello. Thank you for joining us. Just we're about to leave. And JT, there we go.
We're going. That's it. We've done.
You're just in time to say goodbye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, no, what was that? Yeah, I've revamped the website, Volkswagen website. So there's the content that's on the socials is also mirrored, and it's on the website as well. Okay. That's it. That's all I've been up to. That's all I'm doing.
Group should be no more than 20 people. Okay, then. Well, you can.
No,
go.
20. Even 20 is too many. Oh yeah, and there might be, because there's no Toy Me Toy You this Sunday, is there? So
No.
there'll be some Spectrum. There'll be some Spectrum this Sunday. All being well.
I'll be editing.
Anyway. You'll be editing. That's fine. That's fine.
Why do you have a problem with me editing whilst listening to you?
No, don't. I'm teasing you.
Right.
I'm teasing you.
Right. My next
I like to
video
mock.
will be next Tuesday, which it's already filmed. It's already edited. It's already uploaded and sat there on YouTube. And it's a video where I open up 5 toy cars.
Would they be die-cast by any chance?
They have plastic parts. In fact, you could argue that they are plastic die-cast and they've got rubber tyres.
Oh,
Not all of them have rubber tyres.
Not all of them do, but I believe 4 out of the 5 do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll go out next Tuesday night, and then next Tuesday afternoon there'll be the live stream from the shop, hopefully showing you what new stuff's coming. So far, there's nothing. We'll see how long that lasts for, and if not, I'll think of something to talk about. Absolute twaddle, probably like normal, but yeah. Oh joy, 5 cars. You don't have to watch, but you can still join in the chat. And yeah, I think that's all I've got. Over the next few days, I'm hoping, well, not tomorrow because I'll be watching Empire Strikes Back, not Friday because we've got company. So Saturday night, Sunday throughout the day, I'll probably be editing the next video, which is the final of a 3-part series. And then I can finally put those out and you get to see them. I've been working on them for far too long.
I thought you'd have had those knocked out long before now.
No, not them ones. Not them
them.
ones. No. But those ones, that's now a 7-part series, I believe. Possibly 8. They're all filmed. They are all filmed. So I can make some progress on those now. I've been busy this last few weeks. I've been very, very busy.
Yeah, we've both been busy.
Yeah. So there's a lot on the horizon. It's just that the horizon's miles away. Well, it's the horizon, isn't it? It's meant to be miles away. And that's all I've got coming up, I believe. So, with that, I'm going to say good night. And thank you all for watching. It's been wonderful keeping up with you in the chat and interacting. Some of you are fantastic. Some of you, less so. I'll let you decide which is which.
Him there, he were useless. Didn't like him.
That one's been picking his nose the whole time.
That one there. And him just over there, forget it. Although he was good. I liked him.
So yeah, good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Ed, for being here. Thank you, Andy, for being here. And thank you, Gareth, because you were the best. I mean, yeah, thanks for all of you being here. And I think that's about it. Yeah. Good night.
Are we off air yet?
No, not yet.
No. Well.